I didn't think it would be that easy. Well, one down. Just a few more to go. Well, strike one name off the contract. Let's get things rolling. I see we have one more for the table. Maybe we can get them signed on proper. Or maybe they'll just be a little bit extra. I suppose we'll find out. But we're starting a new act today. And what a great time it is to do so, I say. It seems we'll be heading out to the forest soon. Someone's having some trouble with the whole hog. Maybe we're going to do some farming. Yeah, right. Well, everyone, if you could please enter stage right and raise the curtain.
So, I guess we don't need to know what went down when that box was opened, because I believe there was someone thumping around the hallway like a complete nerd.
Well, yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it definitely isn't you.
So, in summary, for those who were not here last time, very brief summary, because I'm sure they can explain themselves in character. The crew has been appointed, essentially, as caretakers of an asylum that they just sort of cleared out of its previous, rather corrupt owner. And they happen to find a lot of very terrible experiments going on in said asylum. So the local city of the Crossings has some new religious authority in town, specifically witch hunters, who are here to help the local Master Dreen and the rest of the city council basically clear out any nasty dark forces that might be around after the horrible death of one of the council leader's daughter, which the crew had no hand in and was not there and was not involved, except they probably were. In any case,
Got there before us.
They did. But yes, so the crew is basically being asked to handle things at the asylum. They'll be paid is it a stipend or a stipend? Do we ever figure that out?
I mean, we know what we're talking about.
All right, stipend it will be. Basically, you'll be getting paid a stipend for going and taking care of the asylum. So that'll be run, plus you'll all get paid a little bit at a time. And you'll also be able to, say, explore the asylum for certain things. Let's say if there's any leftovers that the witch hunters didn't pry away. Good luck with that, but you never know. But for the time being, you are all asked to go and check out a local issue. Let me pull up my notes, because apparently of all the various things I have open, that isn't one of them for some fucking reason.
Don't worry, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of myself. Good. I'd say that's fair. Okay, so you are being asked to go help someone named Farmer Ham. The witch hunters said that there seems to be something off about the story. They're not convinced that the farmer in question is a problem. They're convinced there's something wrong about that area. So basically, since you are all such good, upstanding, noble citizens who definitely obey the law of the new god, right, Frank?
Of course!
Also, Truth will totally vouch for us.
Exactly, and Truth is a very devout religious spot. In any case, so you will be heading out to a small forest known as Sentinel Wood. Not far from that is the famous pig farm of Farmer Ham.
Such an unfortunate naming scheme.
It is. Apparently, however, 2 nights ago, something stole one of his fine hogs, and last night, another one went missing.
Wait. So if he goes insane, he's gone ham?
But
Wait, does this mean for work he brings home the bacon?
he does, actually. And he brings home quite a bit of it, because everyone who helps, he's offering a gold coin to.
And before the pigs are exploding, and there's like a guy named Eugene buying up all the land around there.
I don't know what you're talking
Exploding
about, sir.
chickens, yeah, no.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yep. Anyways, so yeah. We have to do that, and there was a list that we were making for supplies that we are eligible for, which I guess we're going to have to adjust shortly, but
That
yeah.
you will, because you see, Miguel, as you crept down the hall and looked into that room, the figure in question opened up this box, and from inside came this long white glove. You see, the box, as detailed, had a small yellow button on it with a smiley face, with 2 black eyes and a little black smile. And as the box came open, that smiley face kind of snapped in half. And as noted, from inside the box came a large white hand that almost looked like a glove, grabbing the individual in question around the top half of their body and just dragging them inside of the box, just like that. After which the box closed shut, folded in on itself, and vanished.
Wow. Impressive. Also, side note,
I mean, I think right now it's like,
Laughing at a time like this? Tisk tisk.
I think the thing right now is Alistair's off in his room coughing because that really failed intimidate check. Otherwise, Seeley, he might be livid that like all that gold that we got revealed was siphoned away by the witch hunters just got yeeted into a different dimension.
It did. It's
Yep.
all gone.
It's all gone.
Motherfucker.
All of it.
We'll look back on this day and say, remember the time Sasha said we'll get like a big reward for completing this mission, and he just killed one of us off immediately?
Hey, wait! Don't blame me for this. This isn't my fault.
I blame you for yeeting the money into a different dimension.
I mean, that's fair. You know what? There's a single clatter left behind as 1 gold coin rolls away. No, wait. Sorry. No, there has to be 2. There's 2. Give me 1 second.
Rolls away and then rolls through a crack in the wall and inside.
At which point, we spend the rest of the session chasing some hapless poor person around who's like, "No, I need it to live." And you're like, "Fuck you! I want my reward."
I needed to live. Uppercuts.
Yeah, Q Benny Hill. Yeah. Get out of here. Video editing software. I didn't try to press on.
I was
you.
about to say, is the reward the lack of a player?
No, that's
Wow.
That's not a reward.
Oh!
Harsh.
Brutality.
I
What do
don't
we
know
got?
anything about.
No,
That's all good.
the reward was us not being dead. That
Yeah, that's a pretty.
Oh, that's also
we also leveled
that's
finally.
preferable.
We
Nice.
fucked up so badly we did not actually level from clearing a campaign in Shadows of the Demon Lord.
It's because you all fucking died.
Hey,
Hey,
that's
what?
because
Somebody drew a
decided
bad
to
tarot card.
someone decided to draw the worst possible tarot that they could.
Okay, now that's it. Okay, so Miguel, you find that there's 2 gold coins rolling away. One, it just kind of rolls towards your foot, basically, in a very comedic fashion, hits your foot and just ding, 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 falls down. The other, however, lands flat where the box was and is just staring up. You can see from where you are, it's a flat golden coin marked with a symbol of a horned skull. And it's very clearly not a form of currency used around here.
Well, okay then. Gonna go ahead and pick up the one by my foot and then go and get Alistair, because I'm not... Or he's probably going to be more interested in that other coin than I am. And I don't want to touch that other coin, because I'm not silly.
because I don't want to be cursed.
Basically.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But in any case, so to kind of summarize and smooth over, the general goings on, I assume that Alistair looks into said coin.
Yeah.
Well, at first you're not finding much. Like, you had a whole lot else to do. Like, you're technically leveling at this point. You had teaching to do. You had learning to do.
Yeah, those two mysterious, shady books.
Mhm. So you have all sorts of things to look into. You have some progress to make in the books. So the coin kind of fell to the wayside. You couldn't quite look into it. So that'll be something for another time.
I'll just
But
put
feel free
shady coin in my inventory.
Yes, feel free to add it to your inventory. After all, you were expected to go handle the ham situation pronto.
Oh, right. So I guess I do hand in, though, our list, albeit
Yes.
modified down so it doesn't have the,
Other things.
yeah, so it doesn't have the 150 crossbow bolts.
Yeah, you were going to get 15, by the way.
Yeah, it has none now in there, and it has, 1 less armor. Frank, your strength... No, wait, it's...
That was all worked out last time.
No,
Yeah,
no,
we
I'm
already requested
one
our
no, because we're dropping some of these off because there's now someone not here.
Still have, I
Dropping
do
a
have the list of what you're getting.
Oh, yeah. Oh. So dropping things off the list doesn't modify it?
Not in this case, no. Because there's already stuff being cut off the list. And the stuff I assume you're talking about didn't make the cut.
Ouch. The soft leather armor did not make the cut.
Now, soft leather is fine. For example, what you got. Your party has 4 suits of leather armor. Fuck it. I'm not even going to say all this. I'm just going to post it. And you can look at it yourselves.
Yep.
Yay!
Should be a lot easier. And boom.
Okay. We did not get any shield. Oh, wait, we got a single normal shield.
One normal shield.
I mean...
To go to someone.
Yep.
Give me the shield, I be tanked.
I mean, honestly... shit, do we actually even have money? We don't really have money. Okay, no, never mind. I was gonna be like, honestly...
We now have 1 gold coin.
I mean, are you telling us we have 1 gold coin?
Oh, I'm telling you.
Oh,
And I told you about the other coin.
Good point. It's like, do we wanna get, Delilah a thing of brigandine and, the large shield so they can stand in front of us?
Isn't that way more than 1 gold?
Actually, I'm not sure. Let me check
I'm
the
pretty sure
book.
It is. I'm
Well,
pretty sure it is.
Well, while he's checking that out, basically, basically be sure to look over whatever's there, take whatever is yours. Like, for example, the daggers I know are going specifically to Miguel. As
Yeah.
Oh
for
boy,
wait,
those
Rachel, send
books
me
of the
back.
Nuga.
Yep.
all of those are for
I figured...
No, because, like, your list has no daggers.
It does.
It does.
It has 6 daggers.
It's between 3 healing kits and the 1 healing potion.
Oh, I see. It just went on a weird sideline. There we
You
go.
all good.
Okay.
Yeah, you actually got, like, everything you asked for, basically.
Yeah, because we didn't ask for the one other thing.
I don't recall what the other thing was.
A spyglass.
Oh, right, yeah, fuck that. They would have probably just, like, if they'd been an asshole, they would have just given us the spyglass. And that's it.
Are you kidding me? That's expensive as hell.
It is.
Yeah, they would have given us, like, a spyglass without the glass in it.
And I guess, as you're all sorting out what kind of stuff you're getting and where it's going,
Oh, yeah, no, dude, you could totally afford a large shield. It's 1 silver coin.
And the brigandine.
Brigandine is...
That's the one I was thinking is going to be expensive.
5
as well.
silver coin.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we could.
Yeah, hey Delilah, what's your, like, agility?
My agility.
Yeah, I'm just asking.
It's like probably a 10.
Okay, yeah, no, Brigandine's the best for you.
Yeah, it's
like,
10.
Frank, if he actually ever got strength of 11, would be better off in hard leather, but, like, you You're better off
Yeah.
in...
I've got a strength of 11 and agility of 10.
Yeah. If you ever get a strength of 13, we can stick you in mail or scale. But yeah, if you are okay with spending the 6 silver coins, which would leave you 4 to do whatever with, we could get Delilah Brigandine and a large scale shield, which is 13 defense, and then another 2 defense, and they have enough strength to use that. Which would put them as pretty tanky, strength of or a defense of 15.
Okay, so how much defense does it add?
Brigandine has 13 defense. The shield adds 2. So 15 total.
Okay.
Okay. Much better.
Okay. So, all sorted?
Almost. Huh. They actually gave us all our lanterns.
That's because lanterns are cheap as fuck.
I mean, yeah, fair.
Lanterns are like copper bits.
Wait, they had us go and ask for cheap things when they were sitting on top of... God damn it. Anyways. It's fine. It's fine. Who's holding the health potion, the healing coats, and the antitoxin pots? We're giving all the books... We're giving all the books to the New God and Holy Water to Frank. They're the purest among us.
Yeah. I don't want to be anywhere.
Oh boy, the books of the new god came in. Anybody want to have a reading session with me?
No thanks.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Truth will, when we're back from the trip, they're gonna be off at the asylum, though. Probably doing whatever it is that they do. That does involve throwing priests off of, like, high ledges. Oh, wait, no, that was a noble. Very different.
He's probably being a good fresh boy.
Yeah, no, I just died. Good fresh boy. Actually, the healing kits are an intellect check, so Miguel should probably hold the healing kits.
Wait, how much
Probably.
intellect does Miguel have?
I have a 12.
I have a 12 too.
Oh, why don't you guys
I'll let
split
you
the
go.
healing kits between you
Yeah,
two then?
it's better to split, I think.
I'll take
That's
2
me,
because
though.
I tend to
Okay.
be further
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, I'll take the healing
2.
potion if y'all don't mind.
Okay.
There we go. That's about that. Oh, and
Oh, I have 1 healing potion.
wow. I mean, that's hilarious that you just discovered that.
Frank can carry all the books of the new god. It's fine.
Fair. Yeah, no, that was entirely my vote. And then antitoxin pots. Delilah's immune to poison, I think.
Yeah.
I guess we'll give 1 to me and 1 to... And
Frank.
Miguel, you also have shitty strength, right?
I have a 10.
Oh, Frank, is yours a 10 or a 9?
10.
Okay, I mean, I guess if you want an anti-toxin pot.
Alright, sure.
Sweet. You're good.
And then I guess I will take one of the lanterns.
Oh, right. Yeah, I
Just in
should take
case.
a lantern oil flask.
Just in case I need it.
I think that's all of us having figured this out, though.
Yep.
Right. I mean, I guess we venture onwards, and I don't tell those creepy witch hunter guys that we have their gold coin. 'Cause they'll kill me.
Nah. Yes.
Even if we were like, oh, the other person had it, and they'll be like, where's that person? I'll be like, I don't know. And then they kill me to find out where they are.
Yeah, that would then be your responsibility.
Yeah, I know. Just the Inquisition, baby.
Farmer Ham's place is going to be a bit of a trek. You're not exactly, going on a journey of 1,000 days, but you are supplied with horses to get there. You are instructed that the horses are to be taken to Ham's location, tied up inside, so they're not, eaten by wolves or something, and then left alone. You're not to bring them along for any exploration or anything like that. They are to get you there and back. If they're damaged, if they're killed, you are all personally held responsible for them, and they cost a fair bit.
Yep.
Yep.
They ask, do you understand?
Perfectly clear.
Yeah, there's just like a nod. The less I say, the less I incriminate myself with these guys.
A nod from Delilah too.
A nod, and that's it, you fuckheads.
We'll use your horses for whatever we feel like.
Ha 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 ha.
Though naturally, of course, that's up to you. But it's not too far of a trip. And as said, there's a place called Sentinel Wood outside. It's about 100 yards to the west of the farm when you come across it. Sentinel Wood is a forest, which is where we may or may not be meeting someone shortly. Hint, hint.
Mm-hmm.
For starters...
By the way, I ride up behind Delilah and put my hand on her shoulder and say, I know how you're feeling, Delilah, but you and Kai will be reunited in the cycle, in the next life.
Delilah rolls her eyes and just sighs.
Oh, goodness. Okay, well, and changing map in 3, 2, 1.
Do.
Beautiful.
Oh man, this is gorgeous. I love it.
This is better maps than I usually do. Shut the fuck up.
I said I loved it, didn't I?
You sure did, you sarcastic motherfucker. So, you all arrive at at the farm, and of course, the farmer is most likely inside at the moment. But as 4 horses arrive, just clip-clopping on, and you all approach the front gate, you can see an old man starting to hobble out of the house, giving you a kind of a less than friendly glare. Well, more of a squint than a glare, I suppose. Now, you can see he's an older man in probably his mid-60s, which in this day and age, in this area, is doing pretty well for himself. But then again, he does have a famous farm, so that should help somehow. You can see that he's got a cane, and he's sort of hobbling as opposed to approaching with any confidence. He's pretty heavy. His belly's dangling down over his belt and over some other things that you're probably glad it's dangling down over. And he doesn't have a single hair on his egg-like head, nor on his lip. So he's kind of pig-like himself. Either way, he slowly begins approaching you all at the gate.
Hey, who's that out there?
Hello there. I'm Alistair Vaeri. We were sent here to go and look into the recent misfortune that befell your farm.
Oh, you're here to help me out. I see. And what do I call you?
Alistair.
Alistair, you?
I'm Frank. Frank Diez.
Frank Diez. I heard that somewhere.
Maybe you've read some of my books.
I don't read.
So the
Yeah.
name on his toilet paper.
He flicks a finger over to the others as well.
And you?
Delilah.
Yeah,
Tulio.
and Tulio. Well, welcome to my farm.
And he kind of waddles over, opens up the gate, and lets y'all inside. You can see the pigs turn around to look at you, snorting, looking your way. A little concerned, but they're pigs. They get over it. They go back to what they were doing.
Well, if you have any clarification on the situation you'd like to provide, we're all ears. We are here specifically to go and see that whatever occurred is resolved.
Yeah. What have you been told about what happened?
I believe the specific was pig went missing. Probably.
More than one.
Yes, and something suspect is about the whole situation. That I think.
Of course, there's something suspect.
Something suspect enough to warrant our group in total arriving.
There's something special about your group?
Well, I would say that normally sending a handful of people would be somewhat overkill.
It's not overkill when you have a name around here like I do. Need something done. And I hope you all know how to get things done.
We've gotten things done before.
Delilah, I'm fairly certain that was your cue to, like, loom menacingly or whatever it is you do.
Becomes a tree instead.
Oh no!
Whatever it is you do.
Whatever it is you do.
Menaces.
I'm pretty and I stab things. I'm also beef.
Beef. Yeah, I kind of like look at him and I'm like, I think we get things done all right. And I just stare.
Oh, good.
Now, taking a look around, you can see. Here.
Oh, see,
So,
we're not wrong. I mean, Candace was super done after things resolved.
you're not
Yeah.
wrong on that. Poor Candace.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking around, you can see that this farm stands in the center of a large field that's overgrown with high grass. At the edge of the Sentinel Wood, as noted, stands 100 yards west of the farm. There's a pen holding 12 hogs. It's fairly close to the house, and I didn't draw a fence around it to avoid a little more clutter, but there is a fence around it. Even from where you're standing now, the aroma of pig is delightful. By which I mean, Alistair, given that you generally don't get too close to these sorts of things, it kind of feels like someone has pressed their thumbs into the back of your brain.
Delightful.
Oh, it's wonderful. You were wearing your hat, right?
Yeah, I am never not wearing my hat.
Okay, just checking. As said, there's a shed that is making up the pen's back wall. There's a wooden overhang featuring several hay-covered stalls for shelter against inclement weather. Other than that, well, there is just ham. As soon as I can actually manage to get a picture that... There you go. There's ham for you.
I
Enjoy.
Why is he so big?
Because he's Shrek.
God damn it.
Anyways.
That was the answer I was waiting for.
Oh, good.
Not the one I wanted, but it was the answer I was waiting for.
In any case, so he's hobbling back towards his home, but he looks back your way.
If there's anything you need to know, ask. Other than that, take a look around as you please. Don't go in my shed and don't disturb my family's graves. Don't bother my pigs.
Okay, so like, oh, see, the first thing we need to do when he's not paying attention to us is go into his shed, right?
Yep.
And the second thing we need to do is disturb his graves.
And then bother his pigs. And then, while we're at it, piss on his house. Just die.
Hey, we don't... Wait, actually, we do still have a thief. We don't piss on his house. We distract him while Miguel burgles it.
How are you? Hey. In any case,
You're just like, how are you? Oh, right, yeah, you're like corrupted as fuck at this point.
oh no, not yet. But anyways, we'll get there. So he looks around. He's.
Do you need to know anything or what?
Well, did all the pigs disappear all at once? Was it over the course of a few days? Were there any tracks you may have noticed?
Over the course of 2 days, 2 nights ago, my prime hog went missing, and then last night another went missing. I've had enough. I want the thieves caught. I want my hogs back. You already know you're being offered a gold crown each as a reward, don't you? You want that gold crown, don't you?
I mean, I'm gathering this is not a rhetorical question then, so yes. Did you hear any sounds when they were taken, and was there any damage? By the way, there's like a fence around the property, right?
There's a fence around the property. It's not like too much. You could Delilah could probably literally move it aside by just like.
Oh, I know. I'm just thinking like, was there tracks for your hogs being led away or dragged away?
Well, there was some sort of path cut through tall grass from near the hog pen off to that damn wood over there, and I was sitting inside last night. Saw some goat-headed motherfucker second walking around my property.
Goat-headed.
You deaf? Yes, goat-headed. Not as an entire goat for a head, just with a goat's head where the head should be.
Like a rich...
Ah, friend of mine, of course. No, I didn't say that.
like...
Ancient shotgun.
I mean, there actually is an ancient shotgun weapon, but anyway.
I know.
Blunderbuss!
Yes, so good.
Bring out that trebuchet.
Like, are you talking like a mask? Is it some...
It was at night. I'm not exactly a young, spry, whatever the hell you are. I can't see as well as I used to. I saw they was walking around and they had a goat's head where the head should be.
Does it sound like familiar at all, Sasha?
You are a scholar, so make a check.
Intellect?
Intellect.
Would I know anything?
You actually might make a check with a boon.
Okay.
Yeah, you fail. Sorry, you failed too.
Mm. Yeah, I didn't figure so.
Big boy fail.
Yeah, shockingly enough, you don't fail. There you go. You both immediately recognize what sounds like Fulmore. Fulmore, of course, being basically they're humanoids. However, they are covered with a lot of fur. They tend to have goat heads. They're a bit scrawny most of the time because they don't have a lot to eat. They also tend to not like humans very much and wear them as clothing. They're beast men. They're usually the weakest, but they do come in packs.
So...
The Agents of Chaos!
What you're saying is, right now I'm very much regretting that I didn't get that pistol.
Maybe.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe.
Maybe. It's possible that that pistol would have very much been appreciated. Okay. That does sound like something familiar. I suppose we can... A question, are they more nocturnal? Are they day... Like, do they tend to prefer, like, heading out at night, at least according to anything I've read on them, or are we just as likely to run into them during the day?
They don't... As far as you're aware, they aren't overly picky. They can't really afford to be. They go out when they need to go out.
Okay, so far they're setting up a pattern, though. My suggestion is we possibly scout the area, see if we can pick any tracks during the day, and then we possibly retreat near here and stake out the pig pen, since if they've been coming out the last 2 evenings, there are good odds they'll also be coming out this evening as well. If we can find their den or camp or whatever equitable word for festering a hole in the ground there is, we obviously go and get things done. But otherwise, well, we certainly have a pretty good idea of where they're going.
Now, this is something you were saying to the others, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Also, Sasha, like,
No.
is Ham's farm isolated, or are there other places nearby?
There are other places nearby.
For the moment, does anyone want to go do this immediately, or should we go and, like, investigate the rest of our surroundings, or just wait until... I mean, we have an immediate lead. We can maybe pursue that lead.
Yeah, I'll go and look for tracks. Frank leaves off, he says, "This is just like my book. Linda and her assistant Sherlock Holmes."
Okay. And then, like, Alistair just sidles up besides Miguel / Julio. Is like, also, when we return here for this evening, because invariably things will go wrong, it's just...
Oh, with our group, no doubt.
Oh, yes. I'm going to ask if... I imagine the shed is locked. If you could be... And this is quietly, obviously. If you could unlock that so we have a safe vantage point to, oh, I don't know, stare after the pig pen, that might be viable, so we can get the drop on whatever it is stealing pigs. I mean, he's like, don't go in there, but, I mean, Astrofire, that just seems like they're encouraging us.
They said we shouldn't, or encouraged to.
Look, man.
Hey, I'm not saying you're wrong.
But yeah, for now, yeah, we'll see if Frank finds anything. Not sure the rest of us are very well equipped to tracking, goat people in the woods. Oh, I mean, if you would like to go and assist them, Delilah, anytime.
No,
Stop
Yeah.
coughing fit.
Now, speaking of which, as you were saying this, Ham is also stroking his chin, and as he does so, you're finding he's leaving like these streaks of grease on his chin.
Oh,
Grody.
There. Recent sounds. I recall something odd a few days back, the day before my first hog went missing. Sound like thunder coming from the woods, but there weren't no inclement weather.
Oh, sorry. My apologies. He actually says
There weren't no inclement weather.
Do you happen to know which direction the sound came from?
the expression on his face is a little bit between my dog just shit on my bed in front of me and I just stubbed my toe. He looks over at the woods, which are, of course, over to the west, the entire woods. Then he looks back at you. He points at the woods.
That way, dumbass.
There's northwest, west, and southwest.
Came from the woods.
I mean, I'd just take it, Miguel. It's about as good as
Yes.
we're getting.
I think he's got grease between his earlobes.
Anyways, we'll likely be back later this evening to see if we can perhaps catch the interloper in their act. Figured we'd mention this so you don't get perhaps startled and put a crossbow bolt in our head.
I ain't got no crossbow.
The point remains, we're trying to make sure you are not startled or inconvenienced by our return and trying to ensure that no more pigs go missing.
I'll only be inconvenienced if it turns out you can't find the damn thieves.
Okay, we should go off and search for them.
Do what you gotta do. I'm heading inside. My gout's acting up.
Thus saying, he doesn't actually turn to say goodbye. I think he just walks that way, and goes inside.
Is there any, like, windows to the building that overlooked the shed?
Yes.
Damn. The thing goes inside, and then the shed is immediately broken into the moment his back is turned. Okay, yeah, we should go, I guess, assist the other two.
Yeah.
I guess what are we like wandering around the fence, seeing if there's like a trail leading from the fence somewhere, or just going straight to the woods?
Yeah, we have to find goat people and apparently kill all the goat people we come across. All of them.
Yeah. I sure hope that there's no one else coming in who's vaguely goat related. That would be problematic to murder. That would be a shame.
Crying shame.
Crying shame.
Okay. Though, as far as those who are doing quick search around the building, you can see on the outer wall of the shed, on the well, first off, you can see the path he was talking about. There's a path that cuts through the tall grass from the hog pen out to the edge of Sentinel Wood. It just looks like something's like basically just tromped on through there. Now, as well, let's see, who's exploring the outside again? It's Frank and Delilah?
Yep.
Okay. You both come across the outside of the shed has a bloody skeletal handprint.
Does this look normal to you? I'll take that as a no.
That would be a no.
I mean, it would have been normal for the asylum under its former management.
And current.
Wow.
Nah.
Uh-huh.
Nah. We'll actually paint the walls over to hide the evidence.
Ah, true, you're smarter. Anyways, continue.
I mean, are there any other bloody handprints? Is it like going
Just the one?
inwards, outwards, like being dragged along it, or is it like a single handprint?
It's a single handprint right over here. So the entrance is here. It's a single handprint here. And of course the suave cut is that way.
Okay. Does it look like a human hand?
It looks humanoid.
Huh. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find the pigs in one piece.
It's elementary, my dear Alistair. We're looking for a goat-headed demon with skeleton hands, and it makes tracks like a big old swoosh in the grass.
Well, with such genius reasoning.
If I had cantrips for days right now, I would probably use the summon skeletal hand spell. Just to fuck with him. So yes. I guess we ought to go and follow your genius and elementary findings. Shall we?
Now the question is, sorry, are you going to talk to Ham about that, or are you going out into the woods?
I mean, Ham said his gout was acting up and didn't seem all that... He seemed very done with us, to be fair.
Yeah. Oh, also, apparently I'm stupid and forgot where west was. It's that way.
Thank you.
This is east.
Okay.
We go the other way.
Is the hand on the east or west side of the building then?
East.
Okay. So you put it on the entire opposite side of the building.
Yes. Basically, it's the same direction that the suave is.
Okay.
The swab is right here.
Holy shit, Sasha.
What's up?
Yeah. It just occurred to me. I have 2 more cantrips.
That is good.
Because when you learn necromancy now, you also learn the minor tradition of blood. So I have blood. Just have the worst fucking spell set up.
Does it say that you learn new spells automatically?
You always learn a cantrip when you learn a tradition. When you learn a tradition as a magician, you gain 2 cantrips. So I know the cantrips. One of which is
I'd have to look at the
healing.
rule. I'm pretty sure it means it's assuming that you also know it. I don't think it means you get 4 spells for learning one thing. I'm pretty sure you can
Cries.
pick one and the other.
Cries. I mean,
In any case, you can switch them out as you like, but for now,
okay.
what do you in character?
I'm not leading. It's gonna be one of the 2 trackers we have. I mean, they're not proper trackers, but they're...
They're better than your other options.
I mean, Miguel might be able to, I don't know, trickery it by, like, tasting the ground. Maybe get some goat dung in his
Same. I was
mouth.
about to say, Delilah becomes one with the ground.
If you think that I'm tasting goat dung for you, you're sorely mistaken.
Hey, it might be, like, pig dung and like, scrotum dust instead.
Oh, delicious. Well,
Yeah, how about you do that? I'm okay. You can.
I
you
don't
can try
have the
your nonsense.
mechanical bonus for, like, savoring pig refuse.
Yes, and technically, I wouldn't either. I would be too busy vomiting on the floor.
that valid.
I mean, he's not
guess.
wrong. I just wanted to see if he'd do it.
Do I look that dumb?
Do you
I
want
mean...
that answer?
I don't look like anything. That's the appropriate answer.
You're
Actually,
right.
fair.
In any
I
case,
look blank and expressionless at almost all times.
so the crew is then heading off towards the woods. Then,
Mm-hmm.
Down the trail we go.
excellent.
Follow the yellow brick road.
That's a different adventure. Anyways, this does not have a proper map because I suck at maps, as you know. Or if you don't know, you'll soon find out.
Yay.
But as you're traveling through the woods, it just so happens that who's leading? Is it Delilah or is it Frank?
I'll lead.
All right, Beeftastic is leading.
With their armor and everything.
Yes. Now,
Oh, Lord.
Delilah, up ahead of you, wouldn't you know it? But I believe just at the entrance to the woods, you can see a humanoid figure with somewhat goat-like features. Now, if I were to describe what they looked like, I wouldn't describe what they looked like and would instead defer that to someone else.
Queenie.
That's your
Well.
cue.
Yeah, I know. She has silvery hair, cold crystal blue eyes, freckles, olive toned skin, horns that curl upward, and for the most part, she's just very slender and wiry, not very fancy or anything, any particularly way attractive, but more just
Are you garbed like a
she's
peasant?
A little bit basic. Yeah, kind of.
The peasantliest.
It's about like basically a peasant bought the first set of armor that she had. That's
Fair.
it.
Fair. So, not that far from our current fashion.
Nice.
Yeah, you've gotten almost no money. All right.
Eat me, Sasha.
All right, so Delilah, this is what you're seeing. Frank is behind you. We'll be seeing it shortly. The others, of course, they're coming behind you. But there's a goat person up ahead of you. But they're very pretty looking.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. They can still be a bandit. Go and tackle them, Delilah.
So I signal people to stay back. I take a step forward and I call out in dark speech. Who are you?
All right. So here's a question. Lalita, what languages do you speak?
Well, you see, here.
One sec, I'm checking too. Oh, wow. Hey, you do. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I do speak dark.
Okay.
Common.
Definitely a Fomor! Kill it!
Murder time.
Okay.
So I understand.
Yes, so I say, who are you?
Okay, so to anyone who doesn't speak dark speech, all you hear is that thing that occasionally Delilah or Alistair speak that sounds like someone tried to smash your eardrums in with hatred and like everything you never wanted to hear. Of course,
It's
you
like
on the
nails
other
on
hand, Delilah,
chalkboard.
you on the other hand, Delilah, hear this completely normally. Go ahead.
She immediately drops whatever she's holding. It's just like, oh, Jesus. Hi? Hello? What?
Are you behind any of the harm coming to these pigs?
Oh my god.
What? What pigs? What are you talking about?
Are they saying this in dark speech or common, by the way, back? Like, I
Dark
imagine...
speech.
She's speaking in dark speech.
So,
This is
fucking
hilarious.
Alistair's sitting here face palming, and she's like, why are you asking them that? They're just going to lie.
Right, so, and again, to anyone who doesn't understand dark speech, this basically sounds like someone's having like a curse off where you're trying to kill the other person with just talking.
But
Like-
you just see Alistair face palming
Air.
while this is happening.
The air is dark in front of their mouths, like they're like fouling the air with like pure pollution, and there's an echo that's resonating from them just as they talk. This is like clearly dark stuff. They seem pretty casual though.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing more
like-
casual than having your face in both your hands and like just like stroking your forehead like, god damn it, why?
So can I see you to think whether I think that she's being honest or lying?
Well, yeah, you know what? I'll say, just for convenience's sake, as opposed to possibly having you murder your new party member,
Yeah.
that you can read enough, like, you know enough, individuals who may or may not sacrifice people, may or may not have dark and evil inclinations, and may or may not be like savage murderers, not saying any names or anything. But this one seems like they may not be in that bracket.
Okay, so I switch back to common and I tell the party I don't think she's the one we're looking for.
Why does she
But-
know dark speech? Wow,
Look
that
at her.
echo.
She looks
Born
like she
with
knows
it,
dark
you
speech.
rude person.
She speaks common.
I can still hear you.
Yeah, I don't think she's the one we're looking for, but I think we should be a bit cautious and probably take her hostage in case she's related. And
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, thank you for volunteering yourself for that, clearly.
Do you
you're
But
coming
why?
with us, lady.
I mean,
do you guys want
alternatively,
some muffins? Is that all you guys want? Because I can make you some muffins.
We'll also take
Would
the
you-
muffins, but we also want to
Okay.
make
Okay.
no, but
Muffins? I want some
Delilah's enthusiasm for kidnapping people aside, Delilah, have you maybe seen someone else with a goat-ish head features in the area, maybe? I mean, if you're offering us muffins and assumably they're not poison. Delilah, you're eating the muffins first. Maybe you might have some sort of idea. So we're looking for some Fomor in the area.
Now,
Do I
Lalita,
know anything about that?
well, first,
Do I?
you of course are. We're not in this area on purpose, as per backstory and the like. You're just kind of found yourself here. So, if I say you haven't found anything like that, but as far as the creatures in question, given species, I'm gonna assume there is literally no way you can't know what that is. So everything I described to them before, you know what a Fomor is. They're people eaters. They're bad business. So probably
Oh.
best that you're not near them.
Wait,
Oh,
if they're
dear,
people eaters, why didn't they just eat the farmer rather than the pigs? Are they?
Well, they also eat other things.
Well, I mean,
The pigs
Trying
could have been
to,
sacrifices.
steal a pig away is better than trying to steal a farmer away. It's a lot easier.
Maybe. I mean, don't pigs eat people?
Doesn't he look like a pig?
They eat them when cut up, yeah.
Or when tied up and helpless.
Yes.
In any case, however,
I try to avoid those. They're not very pleasant. They're also kind of things that get my people killed occasionally, so that,
they would definitely eat you if they met you.
Who wouldn't they eat if they met?
Something that could clearly kill them. Like at a glance. That's it.
So yeah, that's not really a really fine line there.
I'm just
if
saying
you
that.
need help tracking people, I can help.
Tracking? Yes.
Do you guys need help with that?
We need a guide, yes. I imagine Delilah's big motivation here is muffins and hostage. But in a genuine sense, we would certainly appreciate a guide, and I am very sorry for my companion.
Okay, yeah, but if you guys start bringing out the rope, I'm gonna run. I hope y'all...
You do you.
Frank writes
See ya.
down Disciples of Linda and the Muffin Hostage.
Oh,
The muffin hostage.
Obviously, I just, like, reach over to Frank, reach into his pack, pull out a Book the New God, and, like, we don't have much we can offer in payment, but this is the least we can provide.
The very least.
Yes.
Do I know what that is and what that does? Because I don't think so.
It doesn't do anything mechanically. It's literally just, like...
Considering
it's just a pamphlet. It's just...
considering considering
Y'all
half
just
your
being
heritage,
Jehovah's Witnesses right now.
it's basically one of those newfangled something that people came up with to try and feel important that's literally nothing you've ever cared about, more than likely.
Oh,
You can use it to you can throw it at someone. They're actually pretty hefty.
that I don't like throwing things at people.
Anyways, it gets it off our hands.
It's a good read. I suggest you check it out
Just
in
kinda
your free time.
shrugs and takes it. Just. She mostly just wants y'all to shut up about the book.
Right, anyways. So we have sort of the beginning of a trail that might be your trail, but also might actually be the Fomor's trail.
It might be trail.
Wow, I'll end you.
Well,
If you can do something with this, that might be helpful. Also, there's apparently something with skeleton hands, according to Frank and Delilah. I don't know. I sometimes tune them out.
Well, the obvious advantage of me being here is that you can clearly tell what's a spawn hoof and what's not.
Well, we're looking for something that leaves bloody skeleton hand prints and has a goat head and leaves swabs in the grass. That should clear it up pretty well, I suppose.
DM, do I have any idea what is happening right now?
Well, you know that you've met a bunch of strange, crazy people, but they at least seem to know, like, that they're on a quest, so they have something to do. And considering you are a little out of touch with things, it'd probably be good to have some safety in numbers, because if there are Fomor around here and they find you, you're dead.
Yeah, I mean, I know that, but I meant, like, specifically about, like, anything that I can contribute, I guess, to possibly finding out whatever this is, or tracking down a possible culprit.
Oh, you mean like if there's anything you know of with the goat head, skeletal hands, and etc.
Yeah.
No, I think we're just idiots.
Well, you might be, but this one has some potential. Besides, I wouldn't label you all like that. Frank's nice.
Wow.
Yeah, does Lalita have any idea what's going on?
Let's see. You have... Let's see. Okay. You know that you have seen a human wandering around here. They had some pelts on their shoulders, and they seem to be heading deeper into the woods in a particular direction. You don't know why, and they didn't really respond. They were pretty far away, so they didn't really pay attention to you. But you could probably get back to where they were going.
I assume that's particularly weird, because, you know, humans just don't go charging off into the middle woods with some pelts in random directions.
Usually not. So, like, considering that they're probably like a trader, though it's a weird place to go. They might be like a ranger, but why they'd be carrying pelts as opposed to carrying them towards what is likely the town, because you don't know where they'd be trading these. You're not sure. Maybe they just wanted to build a tent out of them, but that would be kind of dumb.
I did see this one suspicious man just charging out in the middle of the woods with some pelts. I mean, that's not too weird by itself, but where he was going is not really anywhere you can really sell those or do anything with it. That's not just dumb. So I can take you back to where I saw him, and then we can try and track down where he was headed.
Oh yeah, what time of the day is it, Sasha?
Let's see. You would be arriving. That is an excellent question. Let's find out, shall we?
Yeah, because the closer it comes to night, the closer it comes to fuck that. Unless anyone else wants to run out into the middle of the woods during, like, night with Fomor.
For my character, that's no problem. Nighttime ain't a problem.
'Tis the way with goat people. Let's see. Traveling. So it's roughly 3 p.m.
I mean, that's fine. We have plenty of time.
As a bit of a note for all y'all, by the way, as noted, one of you asked if Farmer Ham was alone or if he had neighbors. He does have neighbors, as stated. There is
Does he have a family, or is he just a lone wolf?
Well, as you may find talking to him, he seems to be alone, but maybe he has a wife inside who's like cooking him meals for his gout. Probably not. He's kind of an asshole, but for those who came from this direction, 10 miles from his farm, there is a tiny community. You've heard of it. It's called Hamlet. You haven't been there yet, of course, but if you're looking for a place to stay for the night, that's probably where you're going to want to go. Unless you feel like staying, basically in the open with goat people roaming around.
I mean, it's not the dumbest thing we would have done, but it's pretty dumb.
Yeah, so, as far as where to go when night falls, you're probably going to want to go to Hamlet.
Actually, we might want to camp out near his place first and then retreat to Hamlet.
Hamlet is like 10 miles away.
Oh, god damn it.
You're gonna have to make it.
Our horses are tied up at his place, though, correct?
Yes. But presumably you could take your horses out to Hamlet. That would be an even safer place to have them.
Yeah, but I mean, so we could actually lurk there for a bit, because, pigs are gonna get fucking kidnapped.
Maybe.
Probably. It also gives us an opportunity to nose into his shed. I mean, to camp out in a safe place that might be synonymous with a shed.
Well, as a note, that was just a note for the future. You can get to that when you get to it.
Right. Anyways, yeah, so tally-ho.
Tally-ho.
Bally
and off we go. Bally-hoo.
How long does it take to get back to, like, where I saw this strange person, by the way?
It'll take just over about, like, an hour or so.
Okay.
3 p.m. Already, it's Lalita.
If you guys are okay with an hour of backtracking, I guess y'all will follow me. Oh dear, I'm a leader. Oh no.
Well, that's interesting considering the conversation we first had.
It's fine. You can have, like, Delilah up near you.
So, are you an orc like Delilah? I noticed you both speak dank speech or something like
Dank
that.
speech.
Dank speech.
Frank, I speak it too.
It's
I'm
just
not
a
an
thing I
orc.
grew up with. Is it bad?
I've never knew of it before now, but it doesn't seem the most pleasant. But I suppose you two are nice, so it's probably not too bad.
Yeah, don't be a racist, Frank.
Okay. She's just very bewildered right now. She's also just staring at Delilah.
Also, what do you mean by
are
you
so pretty.
grew up with it?
I just kind of know it. It's just a thing. I mean, I guess it's just. I mean,
Also, in response to
kinda-
that, Delilah flexes.
I just kind of know it. It's just a thing. I mean, I guess it's the same way anyone knows any language and grows up with any language. You just do.
I mean, I actually studied to, and just casually, like, to be able to speak like this, it's not the most common of things in dark speech. And then he just switches back to common, and it's like, not generally acceptable in most civilized cities, admittedly.
I mean, that's not quite where I grew up. And in case you didn't notice, a little unorthodox.
In
Just a
that
little.
case, where did you learn common?
My dad.
Ah,
He's human. He taught me. I don't know how to read or write though. I just know how to speak.
fair enough.
I didn't know how to read or write until
Well, yes,
Another
that's-
work in progress. Trade one in for another one that can't. Well, anyways, it's fine. It's fine. I'm just going to be surrounded by people who won't be able to read a sign that says "Stop, danger." This will never bite me.
I mean,
Well,
as long as you're quick enough about warning us about such things, it shouldn't be a problem, though, is it?
I don't know, how quick are you to go and grab something before someone goes, "No, stop, don't do that"?
Well, I may not be able to read, but I'm still not very stupid.
Then that's already an improvement.
well, she can join Alistair Vaeri's.
confused.
Yeah, excuse, Delilah. I would never touch anything that's completely ominous, suspicious, and probably gory.
Look, they just look so fascinating.
New member for Alistair's school and
God help me.
home for lost children.
That's only if she wants to.
It's
You're assuming a lot of things right now.
Yeah,
Well,
she
we've already
might
kidnapped you.
She might embrace being an illiterate fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, ignorance is bliss, right?
You're ecstatic.
sometimes.
We have books and we have rope.
Yeah, you guys gave her a book and she can't read.
Again, you can throw it at someone. I, in fact, highly recommend it. It'll go over really well with the witch hunters, I imagine. What ended up happening with that holy book? We used it to great ends to put an evil into the ground. And it just cuts to like a montage of us taking turns hitting a zombie with the books until it's just
Need a montage.
The only person in our group who could actually deal any sizable amount of damage with the book, by the way, is Miguel.
Probably.
I'm
You could
kind of all
trickery it.
speed, guys.
You
Yeah.
what? Right. How's the process of leading the way?
Well, you get back to that location
Very good
within the hour. However, that then means that you have some tracking to do. So, since you are in the woods, and this is not an easy task, who has tracking as an ability, a profession, something that they're like notedly good at?
I have no idea.
I think it's actually part of your profession.
I have a related profession.
okay. So
Oh,
we've got
God.
Lalita has hunter. We have Delilah with
Trapper.
Oh yeah, hunter is a thing.
Yeah,
Forgot about
your literal profession and class is hunter.
Dope.
And oh, Frank. Wow. No. Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Sorry, I thought Frank could
Oh,
actually track things.
I totally wrote a book about it.
All right. So Lalita and Delilah, in that case, you can make me an intellect check with a boon,
Yay.
and over 22, and 19. Okay. Wow. All right. So
Some smart.
you are. So you get there, and not only are you easily able to find these tracks, but you two basically just like synchronize. So you immediately find a footprint. From there, you can tell exactly what kind of pace the person has. You can see about how far they should be stepping in each case. You can find bits of torn cloth here and there, just little bits, usually pieces of pellet.
Oh,
You can-
do we know how weighed down they are? If they're overburdened or not?
Lalita can probably tell that Lalita already knew this, so it's not really a big deal, but that they're carrying more than they usually would, which would probably be those pellets. So they're probably moving a little slower than they usually could. But long story short, it takes you about an hour to find the following. So just gonna go 5 p.m. Oop. Yeah.
About what
Already-
time does it get dark, by the way?
It should be getting dark sometime around 7 to 8.
Okay.
That's starting to get dark.
Lalita's still staring at Delilah. Aw.
Just the entire time. Little
Like-
bits of drool occasionally.
Oh god,
So
are those more?
Delilah takes time at different intervals to just flex.
Jojo posing once in a while, just stop. Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Is this
There you
just-
go. See, guys? This is how we get Lovi into Jojo. Yes! Finally! No, not really.
She wasn't into JoJo before?
No, please, no, don't.
Anyways,
Okay.
is that all
That-
the Fomor there is that we can see?
All that you can see, but for now.
God help us.
So, you come across what appears to be a camp. It's really rather shoddy, but it's been marked off clearly. There's a line around the outside, and there's a few shoddy tents. That's the outside. A few shoddy tents set up here and here. There's also a large collection of barrels and what appears to be bits of. You can see bits of weaponry and some leftover supplies in there. There is a post driven into the ground here with a chain connected to what appears to be a human or most of a human. They are missing pieces of their body that appear to have been removed. The
Yikes.
individuals in here are, well, suffice to say, they don't look like they're starving completely, and this person appears to be still alive and just staring in horror out across the entire camp. You can see a larger, hunched over, almost wolf-like creature in this location. It's hard to make out, but it's got very long claws. It is bipedal. It's a bit hunchbacked, and it's twitchily looking around and sniffing at the air. In the meantime, you can see, of course, as noted, Fomorians or Fomor over here, and they are, as described, goat-headed creatures, furry bodies, wearing tanned human skins as quote-unquote armor. Now,
this can
here's
only
the
go
thing.
well.
You can actually arrange yourselves however you like. I will need 2 people. Well, at least 2 people in front, so here and here, or you can do up to 3, and then 2 to 3 people in the back.
Would anyone be okay with me being in the middle?
I am
need-
completely okay with that.
I need, what's a polite way to say meat shield?
Meat shield.
Meat shield.
It's
Yeah,
polite
that-
because you don't beat around the bush and you just tell them exactly what you're talking about. See?
Fair. I'm just gonna.
Can someone help me not die? There's a good
Quick
one.
question: if I cast a spell from where I currently am, like a support spell, doesn't seem very likely it would twig everything on us, correct?
They don't actually appear to see you yet, despite the wolf-looking creature being rather twitchy and just sort of skittishly sniffing around. None of these creatures are actually looking at you. They're not really patrolling their watch. Like, they're not walking around the outside or anything. They're just sort of chilling.
It's kinda careless.
If either of you can sense if there's anything else nearby, that'd be cool. Otherwise, I'm going to cast Protection from Death on Frank, because he has a very bad habit of ending up nearly dead.
Nice.
And that lasts for an hour. And I guess the other person I'll cast it on is Delilah, because they're also a frontliner.
So are you casting Protection from Death?
Yeah.
Okay. There's that one thing.
The little
Was it
creepy
this?
icon.
I think it was that.
Probably
Right, so,
was that.
So sorry, Delilah and Frank, was it?
Yes, because there are two frontliners.
Alistair.
Oh. I was wondering how long it would take you to notice.
I'll murder you. Don't
I
make me
know
give you
you
curse.
will.
Don't make me give you Curse of the Dumbass. It's much worse in this game. Also, speaking of beating around the bush, for those of you who know who Valis is, he started up a druid extermination group called Beating Around the Bush.
Oh my god.
In any case, over. Okay, so we got Frank and Delilah in front. Who is going middle? Who's going back?
I would like to be towards like the middle back-ish, I guess.
Okay.
I'm going.
I've kind of got to be up a bit.
Up a bit? Okay, how does that look then?
Yeah, that seems about right. Although, where are we? I'm gonna need a little bit of room because right before we go parading in there trying to stop all of them, I'm going to cast my one spell that I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, as in, like, right before? So you need to hold off on it for a sec?
As in, like, I will probably cast it, like, when we're about to start going in.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So-
I cast my spells because they last an hour.
Mine lasts an hour too, but I would prefer it last as long as possible.
Fair enough. I can assume that you're all being efficient in how you cast your spells. Like, none of you are exactly, like, trained combat generals, but you have enough sense to know that if you fuck up, you die. So you're casting these at the best possible times.
Yeah.
So what spell are you going to be casting?
Thimble Rig.
Thimble Rig.
Oh. This is a funny one.
Oh.
Four of
Okay.
myself.
Okay, so I am no longer going to call you Miguel or Tulio.
Or I'm sorry, there's 5 of me.
Naruto.
Yep. Naruto the
Believe it,
Magnificent.
Believe it. Believe it. Believe it. Believe it. There you go.
Lalita's
five
just
dots.
looking at this, just like, what?
I only need 4 dots, but yes.
It's just like we do get things done. Tell Fuzzy we're
And
disappointed.
they're all in open spaces around me, apparently. So
I see.
just
I see. So,
I just constantly take up like 5 spaces.
no worries, I got you. All right, open spaces with blah, exchanging places, blah, blah, blah. Success against the thing, roll 20, okay. Up.
So you're telling me you come with your own wingmen?
Yep,
You just
I got my
create,
own
like,
wingman.
copies of yourself, and you're just.
They
Is that
just
what you
they
do
just
when
have a
you're
nasty
lonely? You
habit
just
of
party with
speaking
yourself?
at the exact same time as me.
Is that
I'm-
what you do when you're lonely? You just party with yourself?
That's my secret. I'm always lonely.
Wow.
Okay, so we've got protection from death on 1 and 2. Protection from death, by the way, does what? It protects you from death effects and also gives you like 1 hit point if you were going to die, or? Alistair?
What?
Pro-
Protection from death explicitly does. It more has to do with fate rolls and protection from. There it is. I touch the target and leave a skull-shaped sigil that remains on the target's body for the duration. During that time, the target makes challenge rolls to resist death spells with 1 boon, and attack rolls for death spells cast on the target are made with 1 bane. In addition, when the target makes fate rolls, it can roll twice and use the highest roll. So if one of them goes down, they are much
Gotcha.
more likely to not die.
Gotcha. Okay, so I've got Thimble Rig, I've got 2 protection from death. any other spells we're going with. I'm not sure if Lalita actually has spells, and I'm not sure if Delilah wants to use spells.
I think Delilah has their shadow blade.
My yeah, I don't need the shadow blade.
Don't need it? Okay, so not using that yet. Okay. Now here's the thing. You've all got yourselves, or you're going to have yourselves spelled up properly. How are you handling this? Or is there a discussion about tactics, or is it basically just, they don't see us coming, kill them?
I'd say we probably focus them down nearest first. It'll take them, like, they're a pretty good distance from us, correct?
Yep.
We have a couple
Ranged options would be
people.
helpful.
Yeah, we have a couple people with ranged options. Tulio.
Yep.
Also, yeah, I just heard the throat clear. Also, I think Lalita looks like they're carrying a bow, so honestly, just whittling them down until they get near us, and then having Frank and Delilah mow them down. And
So
if anyone
start
gets...
with range.
Oh yeah.
Wait for them to get closer.
Yep.
Problem, I feel like that was gonna very, very big.
I mean, also, you can possibly try and cripple them. If you kneecap them or something, you might be able to slow them down, which will make handling them a bit easier. I'm just thinking we shouldn't move forward as readily.
Yeah, we don't want to get surrounded.
Yeah,
It's bad.
which is why I'm like,
But-
we can very slowly advance more towards the never eat shredded wheat, the west side. Like we slowly.
You could also get information and have me drag through.
So straight up 300.
Well, I mean, there's also the other thing is, like, all my spells are close range. So I'm perfectly useful, as is Frank and Delilah, when things get close. We need you guys to basically pick people off and also maybe, I don't know, put arrows in their knees so they have a harder time getting to us and the group is more manageable.
Gotta make some called shots. But, I mean, I'm still kind of nervous about that wolf thing.
Oh, I mean...
Not sure if we should just go for it first, or and worried about
it
the
is
rest.
super far from the rest of us, and if we ignore everything else, they will circle beat us, and we will die.
Fair.
Like,
Alright,
I
well.
would rather be dealing with one strong thing than 6 potentially strong things, because the one $8 shot, because we don't know how strong anything is, because as so far, most of the things we've killed that have been actually tough have survived gang beatings for like a round, and then died.
I was about to say So as I was going to say, the secondary question becomes: should we focus on the ones nearest the wolf thing so that they don't set it free, or that they have to waste more time doing so?
Oh no, the wolf thing's not chained.
Yeah, the
Oh,
wolf
okay.
thing is free. It's the humanoid that's changed.
Which is
okay.
why I was like, let's just focus the guys closer and prevent us from getting overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Do I know what this wolf thing is? And do I see anything else, by the way, before we even start getting into battle?
Okay, you would actually probably almost assuredly know what this is. Excuse me, I'm actually just checking out what the range is.
Oh,
5, 20, 100. Okay, got it.
dingleberries, man.
Where are you? Yeah. Get back here. Come on.
If I somehow
Why is
survive to
F-Nard
level
hit?
5... Yeah. If I somehow survive to level 5, I'll actually have some decent range capacity.
Nice.
Because I don't right now. All my stuff is short range.
Way to go.
Look, man. Death magic is very good at what it does, but it's all short range.
I said, way to
Okay.
go. Way to go.
So, Lalita, this is a warg. Warg are
what?
a warg. W-A-R-G.
Oh,
Yep.
fuck, man.
They are also beastmen, but where Fomor are kind of like cringing, they tend to try to, fight in packs because they need to and their struggle for survival. Wargs are the most aggressive beastmen you can find, and they hunt in packs because it just gets them better results. Wargs are tough bastards. They're harder to hurt. They are fairly intelligent, but they're also very feral, and they are slayers in close quarters. They're not the worst beastman you can think of. That would probably be something you can think of. It's a giant bull creature of sorts, but warg are still bad news.
So, yeah, I'd like to relay this information to everybody else. Yeah, those are gonna get real bad close.
So don't drag them through us.
No.
Oh man, I just realized we're gonna
So,
die again.
Stay with, I guess, stay with the strategy.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Stay with the strategy, but keep in mind that this is going to suck.
Yeah, okay. Strategy's made. Let's go kill that Fomor immediately to our west.
Immediately
Okay.
to our west. Okay, there, Jigoifel.
No, that is to the west.
Yes, it is, Arlen.
I mean, technically, looking at it from our angle, like character-wise, no, it's not.
No, because west and
It's-
north doesn't
I
change
get it.
based on our perspective.
All right,
It's
let's
left or
let's
right.
kill this thing.
Okay, so now, if I'm not mistaken, the plan is go range, make them come to you, right? So no one else is charging forward yet?
Yeah, because that's a good way to split up and die.
Yes, it is. Good. Okay, so
Well,
then I
it's not
believe
hard.
the only two with ranged options would be Miguel and Lalita, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, do your things. And
Well, mine's only short range, so
as I
I
say,
have
you
been-
need to be within 5 yards. Now, for the sake of things being fairly simplistic, I'm going to say each square is going to be 3 yards.
That's fine.
Wait, each square is 3 yards, and I have to be within 5 yards.
So something
actually-
can be effectively
wait.
two.
Maybe I can make it easier. What's all of your speeds, like roughly 10?
10,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, then each square is going to
My
be...
speed is 12.
Oh, shit. Then each
Yeah, I'm
square
a
is going to
fast
be...
motherfucker.
That's a good thing. Then each of your squares is going to be 2 yards instead.
Okay. So
Okay. So I can do it from basically 3 squares away. Got it.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think we should hit at the same time.
Mhm.
That's kind of the plan.
Okay.
currently
Two.
you're going to be actually leading though, because you are the person with the absolute best range in the group.
Okay.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I'm not gonna be able to hit him unless we, like, wait another full one, but yeah.
And
So the
honestly, it's really at the best favor that if we can peg one and possibly like headshot it in the first action, go for broke. The more damage we do before they actually reach us, the better.
So, am I good where I'm at, by the way, as far as range goes?
As far as range goes, yeah, you've got... I looked at the range on a bow, and it's long, which means you've got 100 yards, so you can shoot up to 50 squares away.
Dope. So,
You can
that
Holy
one closest to us, I would like to... I guess I gotta start it, so...
Wait, before you
Yeah,
before
fuck
you
it up.
start, Frank asked if holy water would help with affect these guys.
I don't actually think so, but I don't know.
You wouldn't know.
I mean, I
Do I
think
have
you're.
to roll for
Than with a
undead?
normal humanoid?
You don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
my suggestion: dip Delilah's finger in it. If Delilah catches fire, they might catch fire.
It just taints the holy water.
I mean, that's my actual expectation. Yes.
If it burns Delilah and causes them significant pain, we know we can throw it at these things too. Yay! Okay,
Delilah's
but
all for this.
I'm sure Delilah is.
Yeah,
start-
actually,
That's
it would
some next level
completely.
masochism right there.
It would torch Delilah.
Yes. In the meantime, however, so are you actually burning Delilah to test this out?
No, I was just asking Lalita since she knows things.
All right. Well then, Lalita, I believe you are starting things off. So, do you know how to make the attack checks?
I just press the D20 button and then just do, right?
If you have any boons, you do add
I
them.
don't think I do.
You do, in fact. You have hunter
do.
training.
Oh, shoot. I am sorry.
So just roll a d6.
I mean, you could also be a really sneaky shit and roll to hide or sneak first just to shoot someone in the face a little better.
They already don't see you coming.
Oh, fair.
They will after this, but, that's literally
So
nothing
I
you
do
can
have a
outplay.
boon. Okay.
Yes. So go ahead and roll a d6 on top of that, just in case you would miss normally.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And, okay, so that would be, so the one would be 5, so, okay. So, considering they do not see you coming, you may roll the damage on that. And
Ye-
I
I
believe
believe that's
it's a d6.
Boo.
Okay, not the greatest.
Fucking.
But he doesn't see you coming, so...
I'm just picturing like the arrow flying and just shooting it in the horn.
Yeah, that's actually probably not a bad assumption.
It's just very salty about it right now.
It's like, excuse me, that's very rude. Did you have to do that?
It was not his last surprise.
Ah. You funny.
That was a good goat noise, though. Alrighty,
I tried.
so it's
Stop making me want to play
tried.
Persona. We're doing things.
so it's their turn.
Yeah, well, they are all surprised, so actually they
Oh.
get yeah.
So I guess it's our turn again.
Basically, anyone who's taking a like anyone else who's taking an action this turn, feel free to do so. If not, then it's their turn, and all they can do is take a slow action.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a slow action and see if
Okay.
I'm gonna do anything.
Then, well, it's your slow action. Go ahead.
I'm holding it until after they've moved, if I can. I
yeah.
need to see how close they are.
Yeah, sure. Well, you can hold it like normally, so you can hold it to like keep.
I
to,
would
prep a specific
specifically be prepping recall success if they get close enough that I think they'd be within range of a spell next turn.
Okay, so if they get close to you, then you want to cast Recall Past Success.
Yeah, if they're within like 10 yards.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Lalita kind of leans out, takes aim, but just as they go to fire, they accidentally, like, the bit of branch they're standing on snaps and gives way, and the arrow, as opposed to going directly into this fucker's brain, beans him in the side of the horn, because that's a good suggestion, cracking the horn off and sending the horn scraping against the side of their head. And the Fomor, bleats out, and it's thus
Can I
learning
take a
that
free action to flick it off? I would like to do that.
you may. I will not allow a hammer dance, but I will allow flick it off. I also will not allow a shake it off. Ugh.
Ugh.
Terrible album.
Yes. Okay, so that thing makes this horrendous croaking screech bleat. And immediately they all drop whatever they're doing and stand up. They all start looking around. Actually, this is over the course of people not taking actions and not taking actions. They reach down, they grab whatever they can find on the ground, hefting up various weapons and pulling shields up to themselves. The hulking wolf thing stands up with a nasty look on its face, bringing this kind of battered-looking shield up and holding it in front of its chest, and lifting up a big axe. As long, slavering lines of drool start to drip from its teeth, dribbling off its lips as they quiver. The person on the ground quivers on his own and sort of shrinks, holding bits of what's left of one hand over one of the more recent looking holes on his body and pulling away both the stumps of his legs, like from these things. But when it doesn't appear they're going near him, he just sort of flops to the ground and stares at the sky.
Alistair, I've never questioned your strategies before, but this doesn't seem like a good situation.
I've never questioned your strategies before, but what the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. I mean, the alternative
That's
strategy
okay.
is we
Later.
let them do whatever the hell they're doing and just leave. A little late for that now, but that was the other strategy.
That's okay. I've got a backup strategy for later.
Is it running?
You guys distract it and I'll run.
I mean, to be fair, Lolita's a lot better at running than most of you, I
It's
believe.
true, actually.
Yep, this
Yeah.
is very true.
So trip Lalita and then run.
I was about to say,
No.
no.
If anything,
I don't need to trip Lalita. I just need to make sure that they're distracted by you guys.
look at the
That's where we
silver hair.
all-
Not this silver hair. The other silver hair.
Look at the veal, guys. Look at the veal.
Tulio learned from the last time that if you're all going to die, there's no point in him sitting around and dying too. He may as well just get the fuck out and call it just a wash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Ah, I got what I wanted. Time for me to leave.
have they hustled?
They're going to. Okay, just check.
I'm not quite advancing really. I'm just holding an action so that if someone gets close enough, I can
Yeet a dagger into their face?
basically.
Actually, that is a question. Are you holding action so if something gets close, you're going to toss a dagger at them?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
Basically, once something gets in range, I'm chucking the fucking dagger at him.
Oh
I'm
wow.
holding an action for if something gets close, I can use a defensive strike or whatever it's called. Guarded attack.
okay. Guard attack? All right, no problem. Well,
Hey Delilah, you
These-
doing anything?
I don't know whether I want to use my shadow dart if one comes to medium range for me.
well, if you like, you can also just save a melee attack. So if they move up right next to you, you can stab them in the face.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
And guarded strike, for instance, will give you more armor class. It's a good one.
I kind of like how the description of these things are like there's like fawns and there's these goat people, right? But
And
like
the Fomors are like
these
shitty
goat people
Baphomet.
are these goat people are like ugly fawns. That's essentially how I understand it.
More or less.
They're shitty
Oh
Baphomet.
boy. Baphomet.
Baphomet.
Okay. So as soon as they've got there, know you're there, they screech and sprint your way. With a
Cool.
1, 2,
I would
3,
like
4.
to continue to flick them off. Like
Fair enough. 8,
goat
9,
flick off
10.
right here.
Yeah. That one, of course, is coming directly for you because you shot it in the head. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Cool.
5, 6,
I can
7,
do close range too.
10. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
I am really glad I prepped for call past success.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it's honestly probably just stopping right there. 1, 2.
The main
And that's the one that's getting a dagger in its face, hopefully.
Presumably. It's moving up to here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Oh.
I like how tired
Nope.
the wolf thing looks.
Yeah, it's just. Oh, you dumb motherfucker.
Miguel.
Like,
Hey,
God
hey,
damn, I need some coffee.
Your poor knives.
my poor knives.
Okay, so basically, you see this thing sprinting towards you, its face just like slathered with old bits of blood, and you can see what looks like someone else's tooth bounce out of its mouth. And maybe you've helped clear its teeth. Congratulations. And you
Yep.
whip the dagger at it, but as you do, it turns out that you're all standing on that branch that Lalita was standing on, and it kind of cracks underneath you too, and your dagger just goes woo right past it.
Yeah,
and
except I actually hit.
yeah, at least you did. So do me a favor, Miguel, and roll me another d20, and just don't roll a 1.
Okay.
God, just yeets a fucking
And just
dagger into
don't.
one of us.
Okay, good. So it flies like high into the air and then comes down, but it just sort of lands over here, which is quite a bit further than you could throw it accurately, but so it's over there now.
Yep.
That's all that. That's all that.
I mean, there's throwing it with
Rank.
precision, and there's yeeting.
Yeet to the face. Frank, that is a hit. Go ahead.
It rolled the damage right there. Stabbity
Oh,
stab.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, stab him
So-
in the torso or something.
So it sprints directly up to you, and as it does, Frank sort of pulls out his blade, his sword arm, and that's a question, Frank. Are you at -1 health to have your blade arm out, or did you walk up to Farmer Ham with a sword for an arm?
Or are you using your normal sword?
I didn't know that was a permanent minus health.
No, like as in like
You take 1 damage to
you
turn
take
it
1
into
damage to
sword
turn
arm.
into a sword. Yes.
Yeah, I did that like way back before we even, whenever we were resting, whenever like they were dealing with the box and everything.
Okay, so basically you didn't didn't show yourself to Ham, basically.
No, I separated the sword from my.
He's asking, are you
my-
reattaching?
Oh wait, I can do that freely.
Okay, this is how it works. Your arm now turns into a sword. You can do that you can change back and forth anytime you like, but it costs you 1 health every time.
It's awesome.
I think you
And-
also have a sword though that does the equivalent of your sword arm.
Oh, that was actually his sword that got sucked into his arm.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, so
Maybe
like
you should buy a
Oh,
new
you guys.
sword.
Wait.
Mhm.
If you've had a sword arm this entire time.
Well, that's actually the question we're finding out whether he has or not.
Sword arm online.
Oh, fuck off.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
God. I don't know if I should take the arm
Nice.
away or give it for that, so I'm just gonna balance it out and say neither. But how's this? We'll just assume that part of what you asked the witch hunters for was a blade, much like the one you had before, and we'll assume they gave it to you.
I mean, unless we want, I could roleplay this.
I don't
mean,
mind either way. It's up
It's
to you.
entirely fine. It's just like not letting people know that you have a sword arm means if you get captured, it's your trump card. Because I
Yeah.
don't
Well-
really recall there being an advantage to your sword arm versus your normal sword.
It actually does make things glow when he cuts things with it.
Okay, well, in the
So what-
interest of fun, even though we're probably gonna die horribly, I'm feeling pretty confident that I got 18 health. So Frank is like, foul beasts that haunt the night, and you will be slain by the disciples of Linda. And he raises his arm up into the air and transforms it into a sword.
We
Takes
have
the
a
mic
slow-mo anime transformation cutscene that takes place out of reality.
Okay. All right. So the others have seen this. Lalita, you watch this old dude. Like Frank, how old are you again? Like 60?
It's like 51 or something.
Yeah, okay, so he's like
71.
he has clearly gotten very on in years, but regardless, he lifts his hand up, says that, and from his elbow up to his fingers, just transforms into this like blade that's gleaming with this this deep light right at the tip. Speaking of which, he then reaches forward and slashes at the goat man as it comes at him, cutting it straight in half, and it falls into 2 pieces, screeching as its fingers curl, and as it hits the ground, the upper half of its body bursts into light and just vanishes. And then the rest of it just runs.
Wow. Well, that's one less of them.
That it is.
Did
Sadly,
anyone
that means-
else have an attack?
Sadly, that means nothing got close enough to Delilah for her to stab, but
Oh, but something did come close enough that I go and use my thing.
yes, indeed. Now, what past success are you recalling?
Oh, this.
Just in general.
I think right now, since I'm planning on completely murdering something with magic, the part where I just like punched the guy so hard, his testicles bounced out of his mouth.
Balls of death. All right, gotcha.
I think that was a good one. Did that resolve basically all our turns for this round?
Should. Yep.
Okay.
So, everyone who is taking, just answer if you're taking a slow action. Okay. From that, I will assume that everyone is taking a fast action.
I guess I could take a slow action since nothing's nearby.
Yeah, you'd probably take a slow action because you can't do much of anything.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Yeah.
Delilah or not.
I'll take a slow.
Okay. So slow Frank, slow Delilah, Alistair fast.
Let me confirm.
Okay, while you checking that, Miguel fast.
Yeah.
Right,
Also,
and
side note.
Mhm.
How does dual wielding work in this?
Awkwardly.
If at all.
Awkwardly, and it generally works better with feet. Or not feet.
Okay.
talents. You can do it.
Like,
I
four weapons
believe
using
what
your
it.
feet?
I believe what it does is it lets you use your triggered action to attack with the other weapon.
Ah, got it.
and Lalita, you're taking fast action.
Is there a range disadvantage?
There would be a range disadvantage, yes, for trying to shoot something that's like standing right next to you.
Yeah. So,
Get a blunderbuss.
So sorry, are you going fast or slow?
I'm probably gonna go slow because to pull out my other weapon. Actually, false.
Going fast?
I am gonna go fast, and I'm going for a further away because
Okay.
fuck the one.
Fair enough. So you're gonna take a fast action, making a movement, and basically retreat so that it can't just stab you in the face.
Actually no, you have
Whoa,
a quick
Jesus.
step. They have an ability that lets them completely disengage at any time.
Oh, cool.
Fawns have quick step. When you use an action, you can move 1 yard before or after the action, provided your speed is greater than 0. You can always shoot with a bow with no penalty as a fawn.
Huh.
Fuck yeah, bud.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay,
Alright.
fast action.
Fuck it. Yeah. All right. I guess I'm shooting.
Okay, so we got fast,
Because I
fast,
can
and
do it.
fast. And since Lalita's, you want to go first?
Sure. Is anybody else doing?
Nah,
a
you do
fast
your thing. I mean,
No,
I
do
am,
your
thing.
but I want to
that's-
see how this pans out.
Okay.
Now this is the one you shot in the horn previously, so
Yes.
there you have a bone to pick with you.
I don't know. Don't.
Well, not a natural one, so.
Really, it's the
Unfortunate.
rolls of 0 or less that are the things you have to worry about. There's relics that'll be like, oh, by the way, now cut your head off because you got a roll of 0.
That'll be important later. Okay, so basically you managed to back up, but you're still feeling a little groggy, and as you kind of pull it back, your your arm kind of twitches. Sorry, which arm twitches? Which arm do you think would twitch?
The
Hmm?
left.
Left? Sorry, you can't. All right, so yeah, your left arm
Yeah,
kind
I
of.
must have cut out.
Yeah, it's all good. Your left arm kind of twitches, and your fingers hold on to the string a little too tightly. Then you let go very suddenly, and the arrow just kind of spirals off into nowhere, making a sort of a twisting serpentine pattern as it goes.
I would like to. Yeah, take that free action of just flicking.
All right. So
Always take that free action.
so you fire it. It moves its head to the side to avoid it. Kind of makes that battle bleat your way and gets flicked off for its trouble. Miguel and Alistair, who's going next?
Miguel, you go.
Did you say Adele?
I
Fuck
said
you.
Miguel.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Never mind. No.
Pull out another dagger from one of my harnesses and try to just stab it in the face.
Okay. Well, these are of course quick throws, so that's fine.
Damn it.
Okay, so it brings up the shield and bashes your arm to kind of lift it up out of the way, roaring in your general direction as it does. They're not the sturdiest things, as you've seen with Frank just slicing it in half.
But I have
they
to actually
are-
hit it first.
yeah, they are pretty focused on living.
Yep.
Um,
It would be great if I could roll anything above like a 5.
okay, I haven't actually found out what the effect of casting with the one focus has been other than it hurts. Now's a very good time to find out, I think.
Okay.
I'm targeting the warg, and I cast Injure.
Okay. You're losing a hit point.
Yep. Well, I'm not losing a hit point. I'm gaining a damage, correct? Or does that lower my? Okay.
No, you're losing a hit point in D&D terms.
Yeah, that's a thing that's notable in this, by the way, is you gain damage, you don't lose health, because there's stuff that will drop your max health and damage counts up, which makes health loss really fucking lethal.
But in the meantime,
so Injure is... Where the fuck are you? Here you are. Alright, do I have any extra boons on this other than the ones that are from Recall Past Success?
you don't yet. You can feel your face, however, trying to twist itself into a smile.
Oh, that's... Whatever, I'll just grin right with it.
Okay, now you do.
Oh my god! Okay. There we go. We're just gonna... Boop. Oh!
Jesus.
Shit.
So what's the
I get
extra
to roll
effect on that?
I roll another d6 on it.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Wait, no.
It's
Wait,
the
you're not-
warg.
It's the warg, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. It might matter. It matters. Okay. 25. I'm sorry. It has a defense of 26 and a half. You're out of luck, man. Sorry.
I mean, good thing strength caps at 20 and it targets strength and not defense.
Damn it. All right. My lie. It failed. Okay. So basically, wait, none of you are looking at Alistair right now. Okay. So basically, you just hear this as what is it? Just dark energy threads?
Oh yeah, it's just like dark energy because it's just raw death that like infuse into the body and just shreds.
All right. Sort of moves over towards the wolf thing very quickly, somewhat forming into a humanoid form for a second that takes a moment to slowly stroke their chin before jamming their fist into the warg as black energy starts shooting out of its body. Then the figure slowly, calmly turns around and just sort of just disintegrates, leaving the thing like with a giant gaping hole in its chest and just...
I take a free action to flick it off.
Nice. I'm glad that's gonna become a meme now.
I see you two are going to get along fine. Hang on, one second. Okay. So it's staring at Alistair, and it's like, as is the Fulmore beside it, and they're both making some very strange expression. Actually, that reminds me. Oh, wow.
Okay, this is the part where they stop what they're doing, kneel down, and start praying to me, right?
Not even close. But they both just stare your way and sneer with animalistic hatred.
Damn, I was hoping for prayers.
Mumbo jumbo. Mumbo jumbo. Okay.
Lalita kind of looks at you a little bit, just like, oh, nice laugh. I
Okay.
think.
So Lalita, what you're basically seeing as this figure kind of turns away is it almost looks like the skin on Alistair's face is actually stretched up slightly, like someone has like peeled back his skin a little, but then it just kind of
Gross.
goes away. So probably
Yeah, not
just
attractive.
probably just like a little bit of a smile. You couldn't see his face much anyways. You could just kind of see the back of his cheek.
Trick of the light. Trick of the light.
Oh yeah, everything's fine.
I mean, all right, sure. We can say that she believes that. Sure, why not?
Sure, we can. Sure.
She definitely
Okay.
believes that.
So the Fulmore directly next to Miguel hefts its... I don't even know what these things are. What do they got? What is that? Spear? Yeah. Hefts its spear and makes a swing for Miguel's guts. Or, one of the Miguels.
See, the
There's
thing I love about
there's five of them right now.
Fomors
I
have a
still love
really
the
funny
image of
trait
just, like 5 of.
that
That
also
they do.
carries on to them as player characters, because there are playable Fomors.
It's
Not a chance.
Yeah, no. Okay, so is your defense 7?
No.
Oh, what a shame. Okay, so it goes to stab one of the Miguels, and all of the Miguels hammer dance around it. Basically.
Nice.
Wow.
So it's left swinging and just sort of quivers and shakes and stares your way. It doesn't appear very confident. Might be a good term for it. But that's all the fast actions from the Fomor. So for slow actions, we have Delilah, and we have Frankie.
Delayed actions work in like just one, right? Like you can't do like a conditional.
Yeah, you'd have one stored action.
Okay. In that case, I guess I'll just do another defensive attack.
Okay. You will need to move first, though.
Oh no, I mean like a.
Oh,
Oh,
conditional.
like
like a
you're just sitting down there and defend guarded attack if something gets close.
Yeah, because they have like, did they take slow actions or
Yeah,
was
everyone-
this throw?
Everyone
that's
except the
remaining
one
is slow.
that attacked. Yeah, everyone except the one that attacked Miguel took slow.
Okay, then in that case, I'll take a slow action and I'll prepare my attack to do a defensive strike if anything comes close. Because I assume they're gonna go for Alistair.
They might. They might.
They may.
All right.
They
And
very
Delilah,
well.
how about you?
I'm a Shadow Dart the Morgue.
All right. And what does Shadow Dart do? Fair enough. 15 versus agility, blah, blah, blah. Versus agility, huh?
Same.
One moment. I believe that's a hit. Yeah, that's a hit. Okay, blah, 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 blah.
Roll
blah.
2d6, Lovi.
Okay. Roll your damage. I think you'll be fine, but
Just don't roll a 2, I guess.
Now, a word from our sponsor, Germic.
Wow. Okay. I think if my
Lucky
thing
not.
could have killed it, I think that one's definitely going to.
so basically, Delilah, actually, do you want to describe this one?
Nah.
No? Okay. So Delilah lifts up their hand and what does Shadow Dart look like? Just a mist of darkness? Okay. And basically their fingers clap together for a moment, creating a faint, noiseless echo that ripples out from their fingers, which then sort of turns into a bullseye, focusing this black energy dart that fires from their palm directly into the head of the warg, which turns to snarl at Delilah before the head goes and it just crumples to the ground. It's at that point the rest of that energy that was just punched into it by the odd figure comes pouring out, tearing pieces of it off and bringing it in different directions and just carrying it all away.
The fuck?
Like
Fine.
ants.
Don't worry about it.
Like ants.
Can I cheat and change my stored action to a normal attack?
Well, technically you actually haven't acted yet, so sure. I mean, normally no, but I don't really mind.
You're just like, I was only afraid of the warg. Fuck these.
Yeah.
Don't be. Just
Don't fear
it.
the war.
I mean, we're doing good so far. They haven't hit us yet, and we've killed 2 of them.
well.
Now
several
for a
of them look
Minotaur to
very
show
angry
up.
At you, and one of them's very angry at me. So there's that.
It's fine. This is fine.
Just Delilah, just make a promise that if that one right close to us decides to, like, I don't know, inappropriately touch us, will you teach it a lesson? This is the big question.
I mean, if it inappropriately touches us, I'm going to inappropriately touch it with my hand of death.
So the answer is yes.
But
I mean,
Frank,
I'm just gonna stick it with my long spear at that point. Everything's fine.
it's not a bad plan. But
It's not.
Franku,
What's up?
yeah, you're making your attack.
Oh no, I was saying I changed my my
Stored condition.
attack. Yeah, my stored condition to a normal attack instead of a defensive one.
Oh, I see.
So it's
Go
their
check.
turns.
Okay then. Well, perhaps surprisingly, you may have noticed this about them, but they seem to be fairly, what's the term, cowardly. So
Oh,
basically,
bitch,
they
please.
are...
Are they about to run?
No, they're not. I almost had them do so when the one dropped, but nah, not yet.
When the one exploded.
Yeah, they're still hungry. So they are moving.
Are they?
They are.
Oh no. Oh no. They're gonna inappropriately touch us.
Inappropriate touching.
Okay, so they just saw Delilah kill one. The one is still trying to kill Miguel, but of course it already acted, so it doesn't get a turn now. And then there's the one that had its horn cracked off by Lalita. Now feeling more emboldened by the fact that they've got their brothers in arms up close, they begin their attack. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So, against Lalita. It's gone, so it's...
Free.
Hey, man.
could breathe
You're at
things
least
away.
semi-tanky.
What's your defense?
Free.
3? That's terrible. Nah, I believe you. It's 15, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you barely avoid this one as the spear comes lunging for your guts. You kind of scooch to the side in the nick of time, and it like kind of just like, yeah, your armor looks a little worse off, but that's all. Now, as for Delilah, now the thing, of course, is not happy about this is it leans in to try to almost slap you with its ugly, cracked fingernails. That doesn't go well either, but it bleats angrily or in your direction. Now, Delilah.
Angrily.
Blood. Right. Delilah, on the other hand, is the one they just saw kill their big buddy. So, of course, Delilah is the target of their very short-sighted anger. So,
They're gonna
First
die.
first attack. All right, Delilah, you have a defense of 14, I want to say?
15.
15.
I think.
15, okay.
Yeah. We did a good.
Shockingly enough, the 12 misses. So basically, you manage to bash that one aside with your shield as it snarls and bleats. And the second one hits. Just straight up. But that said, while you are bashing that one aside, you're unused to using a shield, and you're still kind of getting used to this armor. It's good, but you know, it's awkward when you've never used it before, which does lead you to a bit of a problem as you find yourself impaled slightly on the side. It doesn't go too badly, but it's enough to draw blood, and you take 4 points of damage.
Is that enough to proc your masochism, Lovi?
It's actually
Nope.
one off.
Oh.
Damn.
They had a mark of darkness, that is masochism, that actually gives them buffs when they take enough damage in a round.
Nice.
Yup.
But in any case, that is them.
Fast
taking up
action.
Alright, fast from Alistair. Okay, better question. Who's taking a slow action?
Slow action.
Slow Frank? Everyone else going fast then?
Alright.
Alright. Who would like to go first in the fast action category?
I guess that'd be me.
Go ahead. I'm going to
Tried
predict
to.
the future. Stab with knife.
Stab with knife, preferably
Alright.
in gut or eye.
Oh, do you want to aim for the eye?
Not really.
Okay.
With how my rolls have been, no.
You know what? That is a fair point, sir.
And they
Nope.
continue to be so.
Nope.
Do you want to use...
I have a rule. Nope. I have a rule. I use it in every system I ever do because sometimes the dice are stupid. I usually call it 6 or less. If your dice fuck you 3 times in a row, you get a reroll. It has to be a decent roll. It doesn't have to be good, like just decent. So roll again.
Okay.
Just the accuracy portion. The damage is already set.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's decently reasonably. Okay. It is alive.
Do you
Technically.
have anything that goes off crits, by the way?
Not as of currently.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh
Are
wait,
you
I'm sorry.
sure?
Yes, I
Is it-
do.
What's that?
Once per round, when the total of your attack roll is 20 or higher and exceeds the target number by at least 5, I can just take another turn at any point before the end of the round.
Is that all? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
that's
it's
all.
not dead yet. Basically, the knife. Do you want to describe this one actually?
I'm gonna say that I try to snake around its shield and just catch it in the side.
All right. Well, you are successful. It tries to block you the same way as before, but you
Jesus
learned
Christ,
from the
that
last
phone.
time, and you managed to drop it down and plunge it directly into the thing's side, slipping between its rib and causing the thing to scream as it hobbles down to its knees, pushing itself up barely, blood spurting from inside of it as it tries to hold on, glaring into your eyes.
Sorry about that.
Second action will be a slow action.
Alrighty. All right. Next fast action.
I mean, hey Miguel, if you want a coup de grace, yours.
No, Miguel's taking a slow action.
He's taking a slow action with his. You know what? I'm actually, because I saw that. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to just use my little necromancer cantrip, and I'm going to use the skull on it to take another point of damage. And I'm going to just grin and literally flick it off with spectral grasp.
Okay. Does that do any damage?
Yeah, it does 1d3.
Well, okay. Well, roll the hit.
Is there a boon if I grin the whole way while flicking it off?
Yes, there is. It dies. Okay. So basically, it's flick, and as you give it that flick, the dark figure appears once more, and kind of gives the Fulmore a gentle pat on the shoulder. And when it looks up, the figure grows teeth the size of about your entire body and bites its head off.
That's the extra 1d6 damage from critting the second person in the... Wow. It's good. I like that. Yeah, Alistair just sort of shrugs. Just laughs and shrugs.
Yeah, quick little checkaroony here. What do we got? Okay, and well, actually at that point now, there's not even any reason to check. Okay. Next fast action. Next fast action.
Hey, Delilah.
Is Delilah or Lalita?
I stab.
All right. Do you want to stab
Nice.
top or do you stab bottom?
Top.
Damn, I wanted you to say I stab bottom. Okay, continue.
Dang.
Nah, see, because
Kidding
Lovi
me?
wants
Delilah's
to be the
never
top.
a bottom.
Yeah, they have to get
Literally
rid of the
insane.
top.
That's why they stab. Fair. Okay, stab away.
Alrighty. Any boons or bangs?
Wait, you can use a triggered action to give yourself one right now, can't you? Because you're level 2.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, there you go.
There, I give myself a boon. A bane. I give myself a bane.
Penalize me.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That
Penalize-
would go with the
Penalize-
masochism.
Penalize me, Daddy.
Oh my god.
Right there. Just would go with the masochism.
Does that hit?
You know, I haven't even seen the roll yet, but you know, I somehow feel like probably. And from the laughter, I can say almost certainly. Okay.
Also, by the way, like, I can't wait until you get level 5, because whenever you do that, you also add more damage onto the roll. Also, Lovi, reminder, you can also use your triggered action to buff other people's rolls, like poor Miguel.
Though I believe you only get one triggered action around.
Correct.
Okay, so it doesn't do any extra damage for getting a really good hit.
Nah, I checked their
Okay.
thing just to make sure.
Well, I'll describe how that hit lands, or you can. Actually, on the Fulmore's turn. You'll see why in a sec. In the meantime, Lalita, how about you?
Dope. So the one that the Faun that's like further away from me, that's in the corner of Delilah's beautiful
The top.
self-portrait. Sure.
So would that mean the one they just stabbed, or the bottom one here?
I mean,
I'll go
sometimes
bottom.
bottoms
I'll go
are
bottom.
asking for
Bottom?
it.
I'll go
Sure
bottom.
they are. All right, bottom it is. Go for the bottom. Now here's the thing. Just as a note, if you miss too badly, you run the risk of hitting someone between your target and
Fuck. How do you guys feel about that?
I don't really give a shit. Go for it.
not,
Guess
not
doesn't really
Delilah.
matter.
I can just I'll
Yeah,
ask
just
Delilah,
go
but I
for
can
it.
guarantee. Yeah. Just basically don't
Should be
roll a.
Should be. It'd be fine.
Okay, here's the other thing.
One of y'all's getting hit.
Burn a fortune. We have some. I can guarantee it.
You have some, yes. But that's the question: is do you want to use them now? Because keep in mind that's the karma that you, the fortune that you have for the adventure, and this
Here's
is
the thing.
baby mode fight.
Here's the thing. The alternative is possibly having an arrow straight through like the back of Delilah's skull in the middle of
mean-
the fight.
It's up to you. You can do it if you want.
I
I'm not
think
going to say
it's- I'm gonna say it's the safer route. Basically, what you can do is you force it to be a success. So instead of shooting Delilah in the back of the head, it successfully shoots the foe more. We
And-
have a limited
Though?
amount of those we can do, though.
As an alternative, you can have both Delilah and, of course, Alistair make agility checks, and if they succeed, they don't get shot.
I like
Fuck
that idea
that.
better.
No,
How agile are you?
not.
I don't think Delilah's not.
Not.
Yeah, you're just not. Okay. I would rather
Well,
the
it's
safe
also-
option. Not gonna lie.
Okay, there
I
we
wanna show you
go.
guys,
Oh, hold on.
but it's up to you guys.
You see, you were going to fit right in. It is a group decision. Lalita says fortune. Alistair agrees. Delilah.
Hey, Delilah.
Hey, Delilah, you want to get shot?
Yeah, I agree to use the fortune.
Okay. And Frank, Miguel, any objections?
Well, I guess we're outvoted at this point.
Well, yeah, that's true, but it's also a case of like, I'd still
I
like
mean, well,
to
if you
know.
guys can
What,
make a
what's
good
your
case,
thing on the record?
You might change my mind.
Oh, on the record, I would say you could probably dodge it, but go ahead and use the fortune.
It would be a 50% chance for me to lose like a good chunk of my health, and I'm squishy by you guys by like I have 50% less health than most of you.
Oh yeah, it's true. I forgot Alice was included.
I mean,
Yeah, use the fortune then.
yeah, you can use
Alright.
the fortune.
Delilah can like tank any of it.
Use the fortune.
Okay.
That was
So,
also
but
why I
it's-
said shoot top.
So, but this is like makes it more fun. Okay, so you go to shoot, and you can feel that tension as your left arm flicks again. This time, instead of like holding on too long and giving you a problem, it actually twists your bow slightly to the side and leans it up a little to the left. And as you let go, it actually like bends the path of the arrow just enough that it flicks between Alistair and Delilah's heads. Kind of like you can both feel it whisper past your ear and thud straight into the Vomore's face. Once again, twisting on them like a snake.
Dope.
Yeah, you just did like the bullet bending thing from that one fucking movie.
But that's a terrible movie. So
It
let's
is
not
a
bring
terrible movie, but you also just rolled max damage on bullet bending an arrow.
True. Okay, so what, was it 6 damage? Yeah, nice. Okay, so yeah, the thing gets an arrow like in the cheek and is left there sort of gaping and gasping. That's about the time that Delilah's blade is slashing through the one she hit, and it's at that point that all of them sort of give you this halting look, take 2 steps back because that's as far as they can move with a retreat action. And then they also just sprinting away. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, we need to kill them. They're not
Kill,
they're
kill,
not
kill.
getting away.
Kill, kill, kill.
2 of them, the 2 that were on Delilah, were already weakened.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, they
Uh,
took slow actions, or what'd they do?
Yeah,
Yeah,
took
they-
slow actions.
They were taking slow actions to be able to maneuver if they needed to. But at this point,
Oh, remember.
wait.
they've
we still
seen
get stuff.
they've seen a whole bunch of them die, and they're just standing. They're outnumbered now. They're not gonna stick around. They're running the fuck away.
Will my slow action go before those, or they take fast action?
If they take a fast action, they'll run, but you could use a sprint action and a move action. Like, you could catch up to them. It's just depends on if they use a fast action or if they're going to use a slow action to try and get away. If they take a fast action, they'll move less quickly. If they take a slow action, they are definitely gone next turn. It will just give you a chance to, like, catch up and hit one.
So
No, I mean like this round, didn't I?
I
Or
could
am I
take a
crazy?
fast action.
Because for this round, if they were doing slow, we still had people who were technically able to do stuff.
Guys,
Yeah, I took a
Yeah,
slow action
there
this
was
round. I
a
haven't
Guys.
went yet.
action.
I can guarantee that one of them gets killed.
Well, they might have like
So,
not moved yet.
they actually do. As a point, I actually moved them prematurely. That's actually not bad.
Because me and Frank technically have actions still.
Oh
It's
my
true.
god, you're right!
That is not bad right there. So yeah, forget that. You never saw that happen. You don't know what
we
they're
know
doing.
it's we
They're just like-
definitely know it's coming.
We still were going to be killing them.
Oh no! That's all.
Yeah, you see them like pawing the ground, and they look like they're getting ready to book it.
Yeah, they are very clearly they want to go. They want to go right now.
I don't want to be here no more.
So, are y'all gonna team up on that bottom right there?
I'm pretty sure one of them is going to be enough to kill the bottom.
Yeah, I'm going for the one near Lalita, I guess, since he has full health.
Alistair, if there's some way to clip that, please clip that.
We can always be like, hey, the editors, I don't know, play really cheesy gay porn music during that statement. I don't know.
Thank you.
Wow, as DM just like messaging, so are you guys gonna team up on that bottom?
July 31st, 2019.
Maybe you should put that. Maybe you should, like, I don't know, put that in the Earth chat and just pin it so I can put it in the description. This is the episode where they team up on a bottom.
That's the thumbnail. Just
Yep. Are you gonna team up on? What?
How to tag team a bottom.
All right, Frank and Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm good. Frank, Miguel, you still have actions. What's up?
is this one the one with full health?
I think none
no,
of them are at
none-
full health. The
none of
one
them
that's
are-
healthiest is the
I'm-
top one.
Yeah, I'm just marking the ones that look like they have been damaged with the pink marker, and if they look like they're badly hurt, they have a red marker.
Nah,
So, I mean, you could probably at least coup de grace, like, one.
okay. Move up to this one.
Given the damage Frank does, I'm pretty sure you can fucking like melt them.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In any case. Yeah, it does.
Well,
All right, so
Nice.
do you want to describe this one because it's going to disintegrate again?
Okay, I just like dash past Alistair and I take my sword arm and I just like stab straight through him, like I dash through him as he
oh, you
turns to
stinger
darkness or
him.
whatever. Yeah.
All right,
And
so
then,
it's-
oh wait, since I roll the 20, I get the extra attack. So after I dash through him, I swing again
oh my
to clear the
God.
dust. To clear the dust.
Oh,
that he
wait,
made.
dude, you can make a reaching attack and actually hit the other guy. It gives you, I believe, a bane to do so, but you
Well,
can
I don't
actually...
get like an extra full attack. I just get an attack against the same target.
Is it specifically against the same target or against
Yeah.
a target? Oh. I mean, metal though. Jesus Christ, you're a monster.
still okay. So basically, you all
Aren't
witness
we all
Frank. It, clearly, actually, and getting worse. So you all witness as Frank blitzes past both Alistair and Lalita to impale this thing in the chest, lifting it off the ground, then withdraws his blade as it starts to glow from the wound, because this is what would happen, and then before it hits the fucking ground, swings twice more and leaves an X on its body before it bursts into golden dust and disappears.
Pretty.
Yeah,
Do it
something
again!
tells me, like, all the rest of us are getting dark power, and then Frank's just like, my faith in Linda is so pure that nothing can corrupt me.
Okay, so you know how previously I was saying, and I know, Miguel, you still have your action. Don't worry, I got you.
Yep.
I'm not going to make the move again, but you know how before they were going to take a retreat action, then a move? Yeah. The
Cowards.
smell of urine is filling the air, like, rapidly. Delilah, you are getting piss on your boots.
Damn.
Oh
alright.
yay!
It's delicious.
Because she's totally the person to piss off like that.
To piss off?
Wow.
I did not mean that. Oh,
Ah,
oof.
Don't
Miguel,
worry.
It's a
It fits
mega
perfectly.
oof.
I leave it to you, baby.
Miguel, do
Yeah.
your thing.
I'm
Bring it
gonna
home.
try to chuck a dagger at this one.
Alrighty.
And we've seen how well that's been going so far.
Are you within,
I'm
is it
within
short?
3 feet? It's
Is it short
it's
distance,
3.
Delilah?
Oh, I mean,
It's
hey,
so-
hey, dude, you got to pick a slow action. You can move
Yeah.
up behind one and just gank him in the back while he's busy
I guess so.
urinating.
It's true,
While he's
yeah.
busy urinating, you're just like sneaks around
I
and
would,
just.
I would prefer not to get any on my boots, but whatever.
yeah.
Nah, it's why you're behind him, so you can sort of stab into him and direct him away from you.
Push him on Delilah.
Yes.
The question is, do I get a boon for...
Yes.
Okay.
You got him flanked. I'd normally count the other one as flanking as well, but it's scared and trying to run, so I'm not counting it. Shockingly enough, that hits.
Hey, for once it
Must
didn't
be the money.
quantum fail.
All right, so
Nice.
you made a scribe.
Well, while it's sitting there terrified of the giant golden explosion that Frank just committed, apparently, going to kind of just walk up behind it and just drag the knife right across the throat of that thing.
Alrighty. And it falls directly onto Delilah. Alright. So Delilah, you find the thing's face and its slit open goat throat. Probably not the first time you've seen that. Just sort of slit
What?
goat throat specifically. As it just sort of collapses onto your foot. Thankfully, it's blood on your shoe now as opposed to piss. Which is
Crush
something
the
you're...
skull with your boot.
So there's
fine.
one left.
Yeah, there is. And it howls in fear as it turns around and blindly starts running the other way. Delilah,
Mm-hmm.
you used your triggered action already, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. You can do nothing about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it didn't even bother disengaging. He's just like, I'm fucking outie.
Yeah, it is just running for the hills.
Oh,
Can I still reach that?
oh yeah, you can totally. You can reach within 50 squares.
Yep.
Which,
So-
hey, new turn, you can shoot it and Delilah can,
Yeah.
like, prairie you.
Let's
It's
let's
true.
do that.
Let's
All
do
right.
the thing. By the
You
way,
can
do
shoot
you
me.
have a point of corruption or not? That's important. Because
mean,
if you have a
yes.
point of corruption, you gain 2 boons from Delilah giving you a
Oh
prayer.
my god.
I have at least 1 point of corruption.
You do indeed.
So 3
right, so-
boons total on a roll to shoot it in the back of the head.
Let's
so
see.
3 boons? Ooh,
Yup.
That's correct.
Fucking... Alright. Gonna be...
Oh, by the way,
One sec.
when the
Oh,
total of
hurts.
your attack with the weapon is 20 or higher and beats the target number by 5 or more, the attack deals 1d6 extra damage, or if the target is living, deals 1d3 extra damage at the end of each round for 1d3 rounds.
Yeah, that's
you will
not gonna
cause
matter.
it to bleed it to death.
You can roll your damage on that.
Okay.
It's fucked regardless. You either
Okay.
kill it outright for your damage,
Oh,
or
yeah, it's just a matter
going
of
to
whether
bleed to death.
it's just a matter of whether she pops its head or whether. Oh, the poor thing. Okay, so now it's time for horrible descriptions.
Ooh,
So
these are
basically,
my favorite.
your arrow doesn't just hit it; it hits it straight in the chest and goes through the chest, tearing out what looks like some important bits. as it drops to the ground and basically its legs just give out beneath it. So this thing is missing now a giant chunk in its stomach and part of its torso, and it's collapsed to the ground. And you can watch as not only is blood starting to like gush from the hole you've made, but there's organs in there that have been dislodged. So every few seconds or so, the blood flow stops as one of the organs sort of starts to get sucked out the hole, and it frantically pushes it back in, starting to again bleat as it bleeds, screaming horribly and dragging itself across the ground to try and get away from you as its life force just pukes itself out of its stomach onto the forest floor, just
Kinky.
as it slowly tries to drag itself away. Of course, you could be so kind and coup de grace it.
Or you can wait, because it's going to die of like horrible bleeding damage, probably. Speaking of which, roll 1d3.
No need for that. I'll handle that. But yeah, is anyone else doing anything this round?
Oh, I'm going to actually go check on the prisoner, because fuck the Fomor.
All right.
Alistair taking pity on this thing? No, he's just like flicks it off, goes off to the prisoner.
Lalita would like to take pity on.
So I'd like to which?
To take pity on.
All right.
Gonna give it the double tap.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You might also want to retrieve any of your arrows from like the bodies for those that aren't wrecked.
Yeah, she's just going to tell it that she's sorry it has to be this way, and Elven just slit its throat.
Fair enough. It is clearly seems relieved as life fades from it, because it's having trouble as the hole gets wider from keeping its stomach from actually pouring out of itself. So it seems grateful to die.
I'm a horrible person.
The Grateful Dead.
And now I'm gonna go retrieve my arrows. Yeah.
Okay.
If
Though-
I can.
Well, you could normally. Now, here's the thing. You said you were doing that. Alistair's doing that. What is anyone else doing?
Oh, also, Sasha,
Yeah.
I use spell recovery. It heals me my 2 HP, and I gain a casting of injure back.
Alrighty.
Is this like a fence or something around me?
It's like a clearing from what I thought.
Yeah, it's a clearing.
Okay, well,
There is
In the
stuff
middle.
over here, which is in the direction Alistair is going. There's also a tent here and a tent there.
in the middle of the clearing, I write, "Evil shall not pass here in the name of Linda."
All right. 1 sec.
Evil shall not pass. One could argue we are all evil, but alright.
What? No. We're total, like...
Good noodles? We're good noodles?
We're good noodles. We just brought some righteous, like, Inquisition justice here.
I'm sure if they had children and they were alive to tell about it, they'd see it that way too.
I mean, I'm pretty sure if they had children, they wouldn't be alive to tell about it.
Fair. Fair.
There you go.
Which, by the way, is not like sacrilegious to the new god. It's just for my book. I have to reference this area in my book that has happened here,
Of course.
so tourists can go and see the spot. Where it happened.
They go inside the spot, and it's just like tourists keep
Go
vanishing
inside
there
the
because
slaughter circle.
go inside the slaughter circle in the
Meg-
evil forest.
Jesus Christ. Miguel, what are you doing at this point in time?
Oh man. Evil shall
Ginger
not
ale.
pass here in the name of Linda. I am going to be looking around this makeshift abomination of a camp, I guess is what it is.
Check
checking
the
the-
giant wolf boy's body too. I mean, maybe he had a fancy trophy, like
Actually-
that fancy coin.
Now, as you're doing that, by the way, so Alistair, you move up to this guy, and he kind of looks up at you, very tensed. He's clutching his fingers to himself. Delilah, by the way, what are you doing?
Nothing really?
Just kind of chilling for now.
Yeah.
My favor, hey Delilah, could you like go accompany Frank, sit in the middle of the camp, maybe so all of us are at least in the clearing and don't mysteriously get dragged off into the woods and murdered?
Sure.
There's still the cultists who hate us, and we've already been stalked once.
All right. So
Lalita looks very, very, very concerned.
Oh, right, yeah, you might
What?
also not oh yeah, there's cultists that we pissed off. Sort of have a murder fixation on us, maybe.
I mean, depending on what
though,
god they serve, they might be a little murder happy about me too. So, oof.
though, as one note, you move close to the prisoner, and the prisoner sort of wiggles what remains of his hand at you, like flailing a finger and half a thumb, and he babbles something you cannot possibly make out, but he's frantically frothing and his eyes are like just looking all over the place. Now, Alistair, that is about the time that you trigger a held
your
action.
trap card? Oh.
As one more of these fuckers that was waiting in ambush sprints out from behind the barrels and comes your way as you approach its food.
Wow.
Ha!
Now, Frank, if it helps, you haven't quite written the name of Linda yet.
All right. Oh no, that's a. I thought you were like saying one more goat man. That's a warg.
No, that's a
Yeah, it's a
warg.
warg. Yeah, 5 Fomor and 2 warg.
Question. Do I have an
Yeah.
action? Like,
No.
no?
This is a triggered action. The next round would be where you get to take your action.
Oh, okay. Was his triggered action to get up in my face?
Yeah, the triggered action basically like he was waiting to basically sprint and kill anything that attacked his food, or that came near his food.
Well, I mean, on the bright side, he didn't maul me. On the downside, I can't get away with him without getting mauled.
Where are you? There you
I love how you're like, this is the baby fight, but also, surprise, motherfucker!
are. It is still the baby fight. Like, there's much, much worse things coming. Don't worry.
I'm sure.
And me with almost none of my spells. Eventually, I'll get more spells, and it'll be a good
Hey,
day.
you're the one who cast all of them.
Yeet.
Okay. So, you catch, thankfully, you're able to kind of shift out of the way at the last second, as you, instead of catching a battle axe directly to the forehead, you just catch it kind of across the cheek, and it goes down into your chest armor, sliding out of the way.
I just imagine this fax machine to the side, just printing off
Battle fax.
furiously
It's just
spitting
printing.
at you.
You're getting paper cuts. You're fucked. You're fucked. You're fucked.
Oh, so mad.
Okay, so battle axe, and then a howl of righteous fury, by which I mean animalistic fury, because this thing isn't righteous at all. But anyways,
Alistair roars right back in its face. This point, he's just so pissed. It's like, oh, you want to do that? You want to do that? I fast action.
okay, so everyone, you watch as a lanky dude goes "Ah!" in the face of a wolf man.
Oh yeah, it's
less than impressive.
it's less than
Got
impressive.
the power of God and anime.
He's about to. Wait, excuse me. Hold on, wait. If anyone here clearly has the power of God and enemy on their side right now, it's
It's
Frank.
Frank. Nah, this is like if you've seen the movie The Ritual, it's where the dude's just fucking roaring at Motor. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch that movie. But
I do not. Do your thing.
okay.
And then is anyone else taking a fast action, by the way?
Uh,
By the way, and as a note in
yeah.
advance, yes, Alistair is directly between you and the warg, wherever you are.
You would probably have to go and like circuitously move.
Can
to get a better
I mean,
shot.
can I step to the side to have a better shot? Is that a thing I can do real
Probably a slow action.
As a slow action, yes. As a fast action, no.
Dope.
I was like, trying to see if like a 1 square thing would make much difference, but Alistair's still in the way.
Yeah, I'd already checked. That was
Yeah.
the
How
first
far
thing
can
I checked.
No?
How far
Yeah.
can I move?
5 squares.
5. Okay, I can't get there with the.
Actually, you bear in mind you can use a lunging attack, which will let you move,
Oh, yeah.
like
So
that
then
little
I take a
bit.
slow action.
Okay,
Yeah.
slow action. So I'm taking it all slow actions, except for Alistair.
Except for Alistair.
Alright.
And I invoke the little skull thing, just grin madly, and I life drain it. So I take a damage. Let's hopefully make it back here, because I'll be very sad if I don't. I will be incredibly sad if I don't. And it's a boon as long as I grin and just embrace the Looney Tunes.
So far.
Yeah. Which... Did that roll go through? It did in fact go through. Did that hit?
I believe so. They don't have that much strength. Yeah, that's a hit.
Woo! So it does 8 damage and I heal 8. So I'm back to full from just basically like... It fucking nails me to that. Alistair like... Looney Tunes roars at it, grins, and then just goes to like... grab it and leeches the life force out of it, and the wounds are just like cleave down like briefly, just sort of knit together. Probably not the nicest thing to see, honestly.
Probably not, though. 1 second here. And as you do so, it reaches over, its fangs open up, and it bites you directly in the face. For 5 damage.
Motherfucker.
As it uses a... Fuck off. No.
As it uses a fuck off.
As the GM uses a fuck off. With the boost. I don't care.
Don't mind the
Just
sound of ice.
trading damage here right now.
Sorry, the roll 20 brought up some weird fucking thing I didn't care about.
No worries.
Mood.
Mood. Big mood. Okay.
Mega
Mega mood. Alright, so yeah. It uses a vicious bite to chomp down. So basically, you smile, and as the smile disappears, the teeth sink in. Basically, as it tries to just pull your head off all at once and fails. Trying to move itself closer and bring the axe up to try and finish you off. Which it technically could do.
Yeah.
Alright, well, next fast action. Ouch.
Well,
We're all taking slow actions.
I take it that's its action.
Yep.
Sasha, triggered action. Ping.
Okie dokie. So basically, you are missing a giant chunk in your face. And it's at that point in time that something flicks out of your body and just sort of wraps around you for a moment as the axe lands, embeds itself in your armor, and then sort of slides off. The thing doesn't really seem to notice, but regardless, it's just bracing the axe to try and chop you again. But for now, it's holding on with those teeth in your face.
But for now, it's not good. For now, it's not good. Anyways, I
That's
think that
okay.
leaves it to everyone else now.
He doesn't need a face.
I'll get another one back by life draining someone else later. That's how that works, right?
No. Anyways,
I guess I take my slow action now, right?
well, anybody can, but yes, you are among
Oh.
the everyone.
Okay, well, I move here. Is that close enough to do a lunging attack?
Yes, it is.
Alright, so I do a...
Save me with the power of
Right.
Vaeri.
This one vein I might be the wrong one to believe in.
Oh no. Really?
Delilah,
Okay. So
triggered
you lunge
action.
in, make the attack, and as you try and skewer the thing, it kind of nimbly moves its arm to the side.
Oh, I guess we know his
Delilah.
exact defense now.
Delilah, you nerd.
No, you don't, because the other one was versus his strength.
Ah, okay.
Cries. Hey, Delilah, are you actually
Delilah.
alive?
Quick.
I'm alive. I was just waiting.
Anyways, it's your turn.
How far am I able to move again?
You're able
Five
to move
squares. I mean, do you have any range attacks at this point, Delilah?
No, I don't.
Oh, rip.
I'll just move there.
I guess that leaves it to, Lalita and Miguel.
Yeah. I can't really reach it in one swift action, unfortunately. But I can get up to about here.
All right, so basically, Alistair's like, "Help for fuck's sake!" And,
And
oh
we
my
all
God.
scurry over.
Now, here's the one problem for poor Lalita. At this point, you could have shot and not hit Alistair, but now there's a whole bunch of other people in the way.
I mean,
Actually, I
The
can
other
point
people-
one thing out. Hey, Lovi, since you can't attack, you do realize you can take another action to move and just get behind it, right?
True, true.
yeah.
Sure, I'll do
Like-
that.
You can just basically prepare to gang beat this thing.
Should I move here or here?
Like, behind it, probably.
Okay.
Behind is good. Flank.
I
And
mean,
if
I
I'm
can't
only-
provide the best flanking bonus with my head in its mouth, but
I don't know how many squares I can move because I don't know how many squares. that
6.
12
You can move.
speed gives me.
You
Okay,
can move 6.
6.
Plus
Okay.
another square because you get to move before or after your action with quick step.
So
You are literally the most mobile character.
Am I the only
No.
one in the way of the shot? Because I got pretty good agility.
Well, yeah. If I move a certain
Yeah.
way, you'd be the
That's
only. No. You.
Yeah, no, yeah. If you were to move, like, because I'm kind of like eyeballing it, but like if you were to move, like, say here or so, which
Yeah.
is easily doable, then wait, I can do multiple. That's so cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways.
if you were to move like there or like even here, well, now there you get the tent in the way, but yeah, like right here, which you can easily get to, you could move there and then fire. And if you fail the shot, then Frank is the only one who needs to dodge.
So I would like to do that,
We
Alright.
believe in
Problem.
you.
but I just want to get an angle where I'm not hitting anyone, preferably.
That's
If
I
about
had
the
to hit
best angle
someone-
you can get. And Frank
Frank
is
would
the
be-
tankiest person alongside Delilah and you.
Actually, so we don't metagame this too much, call out before you shoot.
I mean, that's actually a very valid point. You could probably give him a bonus to duck.
Yeah, true. I
Or
mean,
at
like,
least a chance to duck at all. So, I
normally
mean, I
the,
wouldn't see an arrow coming from behind my head.
normally the concern might be that the enemy will also hear, and thus you'll also give them the same benefit, but it can't understand you.
Also, it's busy, like, with its mouth full. I don't think it can really move that well.
Do you want to know what it would do if it knew it was the attack was coming? Mr. can be
point.
moved in the way of the attack?
Good point. Yeah, don't call out in dark speech, like, here we go, whatever. I'm actually not sure if they
as
have
far as I
language,
understand,
but
Frank
I think
doesn't
that would
know
be the
dark
one.
speech because based on the way he acts.
Yeah, no, I think that was
Would
the
be
joke. Would
True,
be calling out in dark speech would warn the foe more and no one else probably, because I think the player version of them has dark speech. I don't know if the actual version does. There's player versions of FOMOR. You can totally run a villain campaign of just everyone as FOMOR.
But in any case. Alright.
Anyway,
So,
yeah. Frank, Stop standing, please.
I totally understand that.
I totally
Frank starts doing jumping jacks.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he starts dancing.
You know, that might make it easier. That'd make a...
Dancing
Purple.
mad. But yes, okay. Go ahead.
Yes.
Is it time to break out the Harm Star memes? It is. Arrowed. Okay. So that is a hit. Roll for damage. Ooh,
Nice.
pretty good damage.
Spicy.
Okay, so Alistair, you remember that smell of pig and how it was gross?
Yep.
This isn't a lot better because this arrow kind of winds around Frank, spins, and hits this thing in the side of the neck, piercing down into its chest and just kind of hovering there as the blast of blood from there kind of sprays onto Frank's clothes. And since it's biting you, directly up along the side of your face and into your nostril. However, it's still standing with an arrow in its neck. It just doesn't seem to give a shit.
Fast action.
Hold
Fast
on.
action.
Okay. It says, who among the various people standing around this thing ready to gang beat it would like to take a fast action?
I would like to take a fast as well.
All right. You may all take
Fast.
fast. And you may all three of you roll attacks. Miguel, if you're going to throw a knife, you may also roll fast. Lalita, if you'd like to also just try and shoot it, you may also roll an attack. Because
Yay!
it's not gonna survive, probably. That's my hunch. That's a miss.
That is a miss.
That is also a miss. Someone hit this thing, please.
Dear
It's
God.
gonna be really embarrassing if you... Oh,
That a
boy.
miss?
My
Okay,
rolls
thank
haven't
God.
been good
Yeah, no.
today. So... Oh, was that the one? That was the one. Okay, there
That
we
was
go.
the one. Okay.
Also, could I get a triggered action, Delilah? Or
Nope.
prayer?
I used it on myself.
Let me
Oh.
give that damage. Oh,
Oh,
shit.
wait.
Okay,
Do you
okay.
want... Oh.
No,
It's-
if you use it on
it's,
yourself.
Did they? No, you didn't, because you should have
You-
2 boons. You nerd. Or
Oh.
you have
Well, I
corruption.
didn't
You have corruption when you use it on yourself.
I believe it specifically says only for other people.
Oh, let me check. It might be. It might actually be only for other people.
Yes, if it's other than you.
Yeah. It's actually way better on other people, Lovi. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't need to do anything.
Yeah, surprisingly, you're probably fine. Okay, so basically, this thing is, again, it's kind of making a Miguel move here. It's hammer dancing. Like, it's thrashing. It's moving you in the way of every single attack that's coming. Frank tries to hit, and all of a sudden, you're in the way. Delilah goes to stab it. You're in the way. It's throwing you in the way of these attacks and getting ready to slice your guts open. And then, as it turns around to just kind of thrash you in the way of what Miguel's going to do, it does so. And then the arrow that was inside its chest gets hit in the back, shoved deeper inside of it by another arrow, which then proceeds to stick just the tip into that hole in its neck. And then it stops moving.
Yeah,
It
I
doesn't
just
let,
like.
it doesn't let go of your face, and it doesn't stop
Yeah,
standing.
I just. Oh,
But
wait,
it's
it's still. It's like dead standing.
Dead standing, holding your face in its teeth.
Help! Help!
I gotta say the description was awesome until just the tip came up.
Actually, wait,
That was
wait.
distraction.
Can I flick it off as well, by the way?
Oh, you can, yes. It's probably not going to
Yeah.
notice because it's dead, but you can.
I
Sasha,
would like to flick it off.
You
I
can do so.
expend a
Yeah.
casting of Killing Touch because it turns shit to goo.
Okay. Well then,
And I'm just like gooing
tap.
its fucking face
Nice.
because it can't move, it can't dodge.
tap tap. It's gone.
Ah.
Nice.
Are you okay, Alistair? Do you need a napkin or something?
Nice shots there, Lalita.
Thanks.
Okay, there might be more of them. Maybe we should all huddle up. We should
at least pair up if we're gonna do some other.
We should grab this
Actions.
guy. He's frothing at the mouth. I mean, I don't blame him. Let's find out if there's pigs and leave. Honestly, let's check the tent. Let's get this guy and let's go back. I mean, the farmer saw a fomor. We just killed all the fomors. I think we're done. We can like explore around a bit more later, maybe.
Oh, I didn't think you were that naive, Alistair.
I'm hopeful, okay? Also, I just got my face mauled by a giant
Wait.
fucking wolf dude. I'm good. I'm good. We can turn in for tonight instead of wandering around here till midnight and get killed.
Did the
Speaking of
farmer
turning in, we
actually
should probably
specifically
stop.
say-
What's that? What did you say?
Speaking of the farmer, did he specifically say it was, these guys, or did he say it was something with horns?
He explicitly described a fomor, but there's also a skeletal hand thing, and we haven't found pigs yet. Which is why I'm
That's
sort of
weird.
hoping we find the pigs inside one of here, and there's also, I don't know, maybe the skull thing's actually in his shed. We don't know. I don't know.
I know
Maybe
you should force the shed open right now.
Maybe he has, like... I'm not even going to be surprised if the hard fight that's there to kill you is inside the shed.
I
You
didn't
being
say
like,
that.
uh-huh.
I
You
didn't say
being
that.
like, man, this place will kill the shit out of you.
I said there's a small chance of a fight that'll instantly kill you.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
okay, it can't be in the shed then, because there's a very high chance of us breaking into it.
Only if you're stupid. Okay,
I'd
but
like
seriously.
to,
Hmm?
I'd like to try and, I guess, tend to the dude as best as I could.
All right, the
just keep him
the
from
prison-
bleeding, I guess. Stop
The-
bleeding, please.
do you mean the prisoner or do you mean like Alistair?
The prisoner.
Okay.
And I would like to hand him a handkerchief because, face is probably gross, right?
Oh, it's disgusting, but again, he's actually missing a lot of himself, mostly all of the tender bits. All
dear.
of the tender bits. It seems like they were making sure he'd stay as fresh as possible by taking things off of him, but making sure he didn't die. So he's been alive and watching them eat pieces of him for who knows how long.
Everyone we rescued goes insane. FYI.
I know, like this is the second time like this, and this isn't even me, but yeah, he's twitchy, he's spastic. You're not sure if he's speaking a language or just yelling. It's hard to tell with all the jabbering he's doing.
You might want to just gag him when we're taking him so he doesn't attract every single creature in the forest to our location.
I shush him, just, It's okay.
I
you're
don't know,
okay.
shush him like, there, it's okay. And then just, put him in a sleeper hold.
Put him like any of you knows how to fucking use a sleeper hold.
I mean, Frank
Takes out a
might.
poppy seed muffin.
Oh, actually, that one might. Also, to answer your question, Virus, because I recall you answering earlier, I do not believe this will be going too much longer.
Yeah, I was more asking like, kind of like to wrap things up, how things are going. So
Last thing, is there anything notable inside the tents, or can we basically be like, and now we return to the... I guess we should probably actually return to the farm and then just go to the hamlet for the evening, because, like, we're half dead.
To be continued. What could be in the tents? Find out next time.
Well, wasn't that nice? Good little introduction, I'd say. I wonder if we're going to get one signed on properly, or if we'll just have to see how well they can arm themselves. Or maybe that's been taken care of. I suppose we'll find out shortly. In the meantime, we'll see you next time. Lower the curtain.
Anywho, that's been this episode of When Wills Make. I'd like to offer a brief thank you to anyone who's actually started watching this near the beginning and has continued onwards to this point. I'm Arlyeon, but I'm hardly the first and foremost person here, since we have a lot of lovely talent, such as Sasha, our lovely DM.
He does Gently Toasting, a wonderful, hilarious YouTube channel that you should definitely check out. It's really funny.
The experiences of being a Timmy Ho.
It's every retail worker.
There's also our lovely friendo Frank, who is the editor for the channel at large, which is why some of y'all might actually recognize him, since he also does some of the interviews on Crit Hit. Throw him money. Because clearly, money. There's also Miguel Carabas, played by the Walking Virus / Virus the Mad Bard.
Hello there. Thank you for joining us. I don't have anything currently to plug, really, except the Twitter, I guess. But I'm working on things.
There will be things. There may be things. There's also Lovi, who plays Delilah Aegir, our resident friggin' cultist. Totally good person, not suspicious at all. That's always, almost without fail, that noise.
And I run the Discord, which you should join in the link below.
Alright, yeah. We should plug the Discord. Join the Crit Hit Cauldron. Does indie gaming, developer interviews, and also TTRPG nerdery. And, if there's anything that's going to be like one of the one-shots later on involving more Shadow of the Demon Lord stuff or homebrew stuff, that'll probably be the place to go and contact us about it. Lastly, we have our newest member, Lalita. Can introduce yourself? Things to plug.
I have nothing big going on except trying to get into college and get that degree.
Hell yeah.
Send your recommendation letters too.
If you guys would like to fund my life, that would be lovely, but
Yeah.
I call it the Queen Neutral Foundation.
I mean, very selfless. Yes.
Hey, they're just trying to protect all the neutral people.
Yup.
All right, I guess.
Catch you later, folks. See ya.
Bye-bye.